Yeah, we're just having some technical difficulties, but we're fighting through it, okay?
I'll tell you, I thought if you needed mouth-to-mouth, I'm sorry I couldn't help you.
No, you've made that very clear in Calgary when I was choking on popcorn. You don't have to repeat yourself. I heard it the first time, so I won't take offense to it.
All right, brother. Hang in there. See ya.
Dave Maloney, you'll have the call coming up with Alex in mere moments. I'll talk to you again coming up in the first intermission, but Alex and Dave will have the call. Rangers and the Islanders from UBS Arena out on Long Island. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been New York Rangers game night. Rangers hockey is coming right up on the MSG Radio Network.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping?
Pick me.
To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32. Bingo!
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Attention Rangers fans! Let's talk winning off the ice. ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At ThriveWell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Lafreniere battling hard behind the net, centering. Panarin scores! Artemi Panarin.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Panarin for Trocheck up top. Zibanejad scores! Mika Zibanejad buries it on the power play.
This is New York Rangers hockey.
Centering pass to Tavares. Oh, a big glove save by Shesterkin. Rewind that one and hang on to it.
This is New York Rangers hockey. New York Rangers hockey starts right now. Now here's Dave Maloney, and with the play-by-play, here's Alex Faust on the MSG Radio Network.
Well, it's come down to this for the New York Rangers and a rivalry showdown with the New York Islanders, the fourth and final meeting between these two rivals, with the Rangers trying to keep their season alive. Alex Faust to the captain, Dave Maloney. No runway left, Dave.
No.
That's the story for the Rangers coming in.
Well, the bottom line is, they had a responsibility really to get things done, and simply put, they haven't. And you can say, again, there's lots of things when you start peeling back the onion, but the bottom line is they haven't been good enough. And like we said last night, signing off, it's a 32 team league. 16 make the postseason and 16 don't. So there are 15 other franchises that will go to work right away and figure out, okay, how do we prepare for next season? So that's the reality, and the reality is pretty stark given what happened a year ago. And I think that's the kind of confounding thing about the transition of this franchise in a year. But that being said, we've got a hockey game here tonight. One of the teams will be eliminated, and the other one will be on life support.
So if the Rangers lose in any fashion here tonight, that's the bottom line, even if they pick up a point, the math won't be there. Right now, the Rangers on 79 points. Montreal in the final playoff spot in the East with 87. The Rangers would have a tiebreaker, and that's where the slim hope still lies for the Rangers if they were to somehow win out on this regular season. Today at the Islanders, Carolina Saturday, Florida Monday, and then the finale against Tampa Bay on Thursday. The Rangers looking to snap a 3-game losing streak here today. Islanders, as many questions as the Rangers have going into this offseason, Islanders are going to be faced with some of their own, especially given the precarious long-term contract situations for many of these players. Another season where it seems like it's same old on the island.
Yeah, it's really, the Islanders confound me more than, well, again, the Rangers, forget the Rangers. But when you look at the Islanders, they're it's funny, the type of game that they play when they're on top of their game, everybody said, boy, they'd be a really good playoff team, but they can't get there. And now Barzal's been a big out for them, right? He is the offensive catalyst. When you look at the lineup, they get banged up on the blue line. Sorokin has been a workhorse for them. So there are a lot of things. Horvat's been great. But again, it's just a lineup that continues to kind of baffle. A pretty aggressive free agent signing, but Anthony Duclair, he got hurt. I think this is his 4th game a healthy scratch. So that being said, the Islanders, again, have some issues that their management's going to have to deal with. But like I said, there are 16 of them, and dealing with the issues will begin next week for 16 teams in the National Hockey League.
Lineup notes for the Rangers. A scratch, Brendan Othman out of the lineup. Zach Jones out of the lineup. Keandre Miller is back in after not playing yesterday. And for the Rangers, they will have Brett Berard in the lineup here tonight on the left wing with Sam Carrick and Matt Rempe on the 4th line. Chris Kreider, Juuso Parssinen, and Alexi Lafreniere pairing. And then up front, you've got Artemi Panarin, Vincent Trocheck, and Johnny Brodzinski. In a couple of moments, Dave, they're going to have a moment of silence here for the passing of Ray Shero. It's been a tragic week in the NHL. We lost a terrific broadcaster and former player, and Greg Millen, and Ray Shero. Your thoughts here before we have a moment here?
Yeah, you know what, Alex, last night on the pregame show, Donnie hit me with that news, and I hadn't heard. And I'm stunned. Of course, I played for his father, Fred, and when Fred was here as a coach, Rajon was 15, 16. We used to play a lot. We played racquetball together. I have a daughter that went to St. Lawrence University, which Ray was a graduate of there and helped. Brooke applied late to St. Lawrence and had 4 great years there. So it's sad. It's sad he went quickly, and another good man joins the big rink in the sky.
A hockey lifer, and they honor him here at UBS Arena.
The life of Ray Shero, a longtime NHL executive and current advisor for the Minnesota Wild, who passed away yesterday. Over 3 decades, he served as general manager for both the New Jersey Devils and the Pittsburgh Penguins, helping guide the Penguins to a Stanley Cup victory in 2009. Ray was an exceptional leader and a beloved figure. He leaves behind a legacy of excellence and integrity. Our thoughts and heartfelt condolences go out to his friends, family, organizations, players, and fans who had the privilege of knowing and working with him. Now please join us in a moment of silence to reflect on his contributions and the impact he had on our great sport. Thank you. Tonight, the colors are presented by the West Sayville Fire Department. And here to sing our national anthem, Marissa Ann Rizzatello.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's merciless gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Always a festive environment when the Rangers and Islanders meet. Always a traffic jam trying to get into UBS Arena when the Rangers and Islanders meet. In an elimination game here at UBS Arena, the Rangers on the brink entering tonight. Rangers officiating crew brought to you by London Jewelers. John McIsaac and Garrett Rank are the referees. Johnny Murray and Steve Barton, the linesmen. Rangers officiating crew brought to you by London Jewelers. Visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hill.
Well, when it's game time, 'tis Tully time. The opening puck drop brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
So the Rangers have 36, 35, and 7. We'll begin tonight with Will Cooley, Mika Zibanejad, and JT Miller. And we'll skate from right to left in this opening period wearing their road white jerseys. Underway here at UBS as the Rangers shoot the puck in, and it's deflected away by Marcus Hogberg in net for the Islanders. Ilya Sorokin not dressed here tonight. Their third stringer is on the bench for the Islanders. Here's Bo Horvat button hooking left side. Horvat twisting, turning, shooting, blocked by JT Miller, and the puck pushed to the far boards. Will Borgen is on it. Keandre back in the lineup for the Rangers. Shuffles the puck to Zibanejad for a breakout. Stand up in the neutral zone and a poke check on Miller. Allows the Islanders to take it back with Bo Horvat shooting, save, rebound, Palmieri. And that wouldn't go on a point-blank look.
Yeah, I think Fox may have gotten in the way of that one. As the Rangers turned the puck over in the neutral zone on a line change.
Dumped in around the boards. And played out of the near corner by Maxim Siplikov. The Rangers will take it away from him and dump it into the Islanders zone. Hogberg out to meet it. And the Islanders start out. Simon Holmstrom, the youngster, has put together a 20-goal campaign to carry it in on left wing, and he's pressured at the blue line by Susi. Able to chip the puck to the middle, taken away by Panarin, who tried to lead Brodzinski up ahead on a partial breakaway. And the puck just out of his grasp. Siplikov for the Islanders will double back in his own zone. Rangers make a change.
Yeah, boy, Johnny Brodzinski in top gear, and Panarin just a little firm on the pass, Alex, and an opportunity falls by the wayside.
Brodzinski, who is the Professional Hockey Writers Association local chapter nominee for the Masterton Trophy this year for the Rangers. Alexis Lafreniere to start out from his own zone with Parson. As Lafreniere shoots from right wing, deflected out of play by the goaltender Hogberg.
Yeah, Hogberg, Parsonen back in the lineup after healthy scratches. Meantime, this faceoff will be to the left of another ginormous goaltender at 6'5", 230. Really just back in North America after a couple seasons back home in Sweden. After being in the Ottawa organization, signed as a free agent by the Islanders last summer.
Getting some work with Semyon Varlamov out on LTIR. Lower body injury that's been plaguing him. As Braden Schneider is back to get the puck in the Rangers zone. 2 minutes gone by at UBS Arena. And Schneider to bring it up with Urho Vakanainen. Shooting it in around the boards. To the far side, Parsonen. as he ties up with Mark Gatcomb, the rookie from UConn. Up the near boards, Kyle McLean unable to clear. Scott Mayfield drawing back under pressure from Lafreniere. Reverses to Noah Dobson. And the Rangers make a change. Islanders start from their own zone. Dobson over the red line, checked along the near boards by Brett Berard. As Will Borgen moves the puck up the far boards to Matt Rempe. And his cross-ice feed picked off of the red line. Islanders start again. It's dumped in along the near boards by Gatcomb. Matt Martin in pursuit. Will this be his final ride in an Islanders sweater? Taken by Adam Pelech at the Islander blue line. The puck winds up in their bench.
Yeah, and the bench goes. Pelech and Pulick back as a pair together. There's one thing, too, for the longest time, that Islander blue line, pretty solid stuff. Big guys, mobile. They've dealt with injuries in the back end over the course of the season. So Pelech puts this one out of play. Faceoff goes back into the Islanders' end of the ice. 16:59 left opening period. No score. Rangers-Islanders.
Yeah, that was a big part of the story for the Islanders, no doubt. Blue line, and then with Barzell. Duclair missed a good chunk of the first half of the year. As the Islanders win a D-zone draw, bank it off the near boards. Paul Mary bumped along on the step-up from Keandre Miller. And the Rangers take the puck back. JT will hand it off to Will Cooley. Drops it to Miller. To the right side, Zibanejad scores! And the Rangers take an early 1-0 lead.
Boy, this is a beauty. Well executed. How about the between-the-legs back pass by Will Cooley? Back to Miller. Miller starts the thing with kind of turnover, puck possession at the offensive blue line, right? Islanders getting a little bit of trouble. Miller, Zibanejad, and Cooley go to work. Little fake slapper by Miller is probably the seminal moment. Miller looks like he's going to fire to the net. That forces Hogberg to make a move. Hogberg cannot get back in position, and Mika Zibanejad goes upstairs, and the Rangers, 3 minutes and 17 seconds into the hockey game, have a 1-0 lead.
Boy, what a beautiful goal.
Right.
In transition. From all three. Zibanejad from Miller and Cooley to get the scoring started for the Rangers here tonight. As the Rangers pressure in the attacking zone, get the steal. Vincent Trocheck to Carson Soucy. Around the horn for Adam Fox as he rolls it down the far boards. Trocheck emerges from the corner, curls out to the blue line, hands it off. Soucy shot from the perimeter, deflected to the near boards, and the Islanders clear the zone. On the red line, Siplikov hits Alexander Romanov in stride. It dribbles to the far corner. J.G. Pajot is on it. Pass to the doorstep, near side Siplikov for Holmstrom. And back to the blue line. Mayfield plays it off the active backboards, but it jumps away from an Islander stick. Rangers can clear. Dumped ahead, Artemi Panarin. Get a beat out of icing and does. Unable to dig the puck off the end boards. And the Islanders take over, but they fail in clearing the zone. Vakanainen with a steal walking in. Centering pass off an Islanders stick, and it dribbles to the far corner.
Yeah, Parson in support. Alex chipped the backhand.
Schneider, blue line, across, one-timer, wide from Trocheck, might have been looking for a stick. And it's back to the Rangers zone. 1-0 Rangers, 15:20 left on the first period clock. As the Rangers dump it into the Islanders zone. Hudson Fasching moves it across to Casey Cizikas, deking his way to the middle, and a glove save by Igor Shesterkin.
Yeah, a bit of a nice toe drag by Casey Cizikas. And Shesterkin back in the net after getting last night off. Jonathan Quick took the loss against the Flyers. In the meantime, the Rangers moving the puck around nicely here, creating opportunities. And you get another look at the goal. Boy, there were some pretty individual plays on that goal that collectively added up to a beauty. Mika Zibanejad minus 23 coming into the night's action.
Islanders win the faceoff as Dobson activates and circles the net, stops in the near corner, doubles back, centering pass off sticks, collected by Berard, and he'll lift it to the red line. And we're going to have a whistle here at a hand pass. Time of the goal is driven by Ramsey Mazda. It came at 3:17 Zibanejad from Miller and Cooley. Time of the goal driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Pretty good job by Keandre Miller boxing out Paul Mary in front of that Ranger net as Dobson tried to chip it into that dangerous area. Shesterkin was allowed to get his stick on the puck and face off in the neutral zone, our side of the building here on the Islanders side of the red line. So Rangers skate right to left.
Matt Rempe to take this face-off against Kyle McLean. Islanders control. And Gatcomb attempted to advance it up the left wing. Rangers knock it back to the Islanders zone. Mayfield under duress as Rempe steps in on a shoulder check. Rangers take the puck back. Vakanainen shot, hits a skate. Vakanainen gets it back, steers it down low. Rempe was wrangling with Mayfield at the net front, separates from him in the corner, loses out, and the puck is back to the red line. Rangers reload. Berard gets the stick handling to dodge McLean and Lee, but then in his attempt to get it deep, it's intercepted by Adam Pelech.
Yeah, just try to not backhand, right? Not quite as strong on a backhand as you are on a forehand.
Paul Mary to carry it in on right wing. His shot squibs underneath Shesterkin, but he traps the puck for a whistle just before the 6-minute completed mark here at UBS Arena. A reminder that Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers.
You could tell right away that Shesterkin wasn't 100% sure where that puck was, and he quickly swung around to protect the backside with the glove. Face off to his left here.
And JT Miller wins it back for the Rangers. Backed up the near boards. Pollock keeps the zone. Paul Mary checked in open ice by Keandre Miller. Gets free from some contact. Tries to slide it down the wall. Nobody home. And the Rangers take over. Cooley across ice pass. JT Miller is stood up on entry by Pelech and forced to the wall. Collision back behind the Islander net as Zibanejad wipes out with Matt Martin. The Rangers track back. Actually, it was Anders Lee on the collision. Rangers track back in their own zone. Here's Zibanejad. They gain the red line. Zibanejad hands it off. Cooley left wing shot. Altered by a back-checking Tony DeAngelo. And a shot from the far wing is gloved by Hogberg. So we have a whistle. 13-19 left in the first period. The Rangers with a 1-0 lead over the New York Islanders. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Tonight on Sirius XM Sports.
It's a doubleheader on NBA radio. Tune in now as the Eastern Conference top seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers, take on the Indiana Pacers, followed by a Western showdown between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Memphis Grizzlies on your home for pro basketball. Sirius XM Channel 86 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
Howe over the line to his father, son to father, back into, they score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation here in the Montreal Forum. A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Story of tonight's game is brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed. Get a great deal on a new 5G phone with unlimited ultimates.
Face off to the left, Marcus Hogberg, the Islanders netminder here, who has faced 6 Ranger shots. Mika Zibanejad, the only one that's beat him so far. Mika's 18th on the season. JT Miller, 44th assist. Will Cooley, who's probably been the most consistent Ranger all season long, his 23rd assist.
Islanders win the D-zone draw, banked up the near boards. Holmstrom bottled up by Soucy along the wall. Trocheck tries to dig the puck free off the half boards. Holmstrom works it back to D'Angelo for a reset. Islanders break out up the left side. It's rolled in on goal by Siplikov. Rangers take over. One and done trip for the Islanders, but a turnover by Fox as he tries to clear the zone. Siplikov pushed it down low. Holmstrom to Pajot. Touch pass back for Holmstrom in the near corner. Holmstrom, tight turn against Soucy. Walks out from the goal line. Up top, one-timer Pajot. And a pretty decent look, but the Rangers dodge a bullet.
Pajot and Holmstrom coming off a big night against the Nashville Predators. Holmes, as you mentioned, 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 assists for Pajot.
Racing in on right wing is Pierre Engvall. Backhanded try, saved and covered by Shesterkin.
Engvall's been a pretty good player for the Islanders, despite getting put on waivers a couple times. Spent time in Bridgeport in the American League in the course of the season for a cup of coffee, and has come back. Has been a pretty effective player. Igor Shesterkin protects the short side here. Face off to the left of the Ranger netminder.
Yeah, there was a bit of friction between coach and management seemingly on Engvall earlier this year.
Right.
Islanders control the puck, but back out of the attacking zone.
He's got like a 100-year contract, doesn't he?
Well,
right.
Nothing you can do about that right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Angled up the far boards by the Rangers, and Lafreniere will leave it for Schneider. Hudson Fasching was checked in open ice in the neutral zone. Rangers take the puck back. Backhanded off the end boards by Lafreniere. It'll dribble to the near boards. Vaakanainen pinches, serves it around the wall to the far side. It's chopped out by the Islanders. Schneider on the backhand to send it deep. 11:37 to go. First period. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Mika Zibanejad on a beautiful setup from JT Miller and Will Cooley. Pollock to get it deep for the Islanders. And it's Borgen checking McLean along the backboards. Matt Martin engages now in the corner with Sam Carrick as Keandre Miller joins the fray. To his side scrum. Puck poked free. Still they hack away along the wall. And the Rangers are unable to get away with the puck. Islanders keep the zone. Pellick leaves it for Pollock. Pollock forced to the near wall, and Berard strips the puck, sending it out.
Really good job by Matt Rempe, though. Rempe stays on Pollock. Okay, forces him to the boards.
Supporting the breakout, too.
Right.
Should the pass arrived on his stick. Rangers start from their own end. Keandre Miller back in the lineup. Did not play yesterday with illness. There's Zibanejad now over the red line, right wing. Hard around to Cooley. Off the backboards. And a centering pass into the skates of Zibanejad. He went skate to stick on the backhand. The shot got blocked. Adam Fox bumped along the far boards, loses the puck, and the Islanders take over. It's Alexander Romano, and it's turned over. Zibanejad down the right side, swings it to the point. Fox to the middle, and Soucy pulls the trigger off sticks, and then off Will Cooley to the far corner. D'Angelo backboards, locates Romanov, and the Islanders clear the zone. Only as far as the red line. Soucy, quick up. JT Miller, saucer pass, bounces over the stick of Zibanejad. On a quick re-entry. Islanders send it out to Palmieri. He'll get it deep. Soucy, under pressure from Horvat. High man on the Islanders forecheck, and he causes a turnover. Holmstrom couldn't keep the handle. Second effort from the Rangers prevented a clean look.
Yeah, again, Panarin, dangerous play with the puck, but he did get it back, and out it went.
A.G. Pajot tracked down on the back check by Brodzinski, forcing a dump in. Panarin across, picked off by Siplikov. And then a recovery from Vaakanainen, intercepting a pass to the corner. Up ice, it's Panarin. Rink wide, Trocheck. Left side, back across to the middle, deflected by Vaakanainen. Onto the tape of Schneider. Couldn't get a backhand shot through, and it dribbles wide of the net. Islanders will skate out from their own zone. 8:55 to go, first period. Rangers up 1-0. Holmstrom shoots from the wall, hit his own man off the back skate of Siplikov. Rangers have some room to operate, both teams changing. Rink wide pass, Chris Kreider on left wing. Enters, centers for Parsons, back for Kreider. Around it goes. Borgen just off the bench, pulls the trigger, gets the goal, batted around in front. Lafreniere picks it up behind the net to Parsonen. He's checked by Cizikas. Kreider will now try to track down the puck in the far corner. Pelech gets there first and clears. Islanders with a cross-corner dump into the Rangers zone. To our right, DeAndre Miller is on it as Borgen clears only as far as the red line. Islanders in the middle of a change now. D'Angelo and Romano. And it's dumped in by Martin. Borgen on his horse to get it. Or signed to a 5-year extension by the Rangers in January after coming over in a trade. And Rimpey releases the pass for Berard, picking up steam through center. Wrist shot as he moves in down the middle, gloved by Hogberg.
Really good exit. Pass up, bump into speed, down, you get a shot on goal. Rangers lead the New York Islanders here with 7:45 left in the opening period. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Experience the sophisticated taste of the best single malt whiskey in the world, the Macallan, founded in 1824. The Macallan is renowned worldwide for its extraordinary single malt whiskeys. Their outstanding quality and distinctive character reveal the uncompromised excellence they pursue. Whether your taste is sherry, oak, or double cask, the Macallan single malt whiskey is for you. Pick up the Macallan today at your nearest liquor store. The Macallan, the single malt whiskey against which all others must be judged. Crafted without compromise. Please savor the Macallan responsibly.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At ThriveWell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suite along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
You want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 all-wheel drive, only $209 a month. Or buy and get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. It excludes tax, title, and registration. Zero security deposit. VIN SM813320. MSRP $26,490. Ends 4/30/25.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
Alex Faust, the captain, Dave Maloney here with you. UBS Arena on Long Island. Rangers with a 1-0 lead over the Islanders. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. Face off in the Islanders zone. Near dot, Islanders win it and carried out. Kyle Palmieri crisscrossing with Anders Lee over the attacking line. Palmieri on the backhand circles the net, tried to chip it for Lee, and the Rangers take it away on the doorstep at the side of the net.
Nice patient puck possession by Adam Fox. No surprise there. Just kind of calms things down. The Rangers in possession and head up ice.
And patiently developing that breakout as JT Miller feeds Mika Zibanejad. Back to Miller. Rebound, score! It wound up off the pad of the goalie, and Will Cooley bangs it home to make it 2-0 Rangers.
Yeah, this is the first pass into the offensive zone is the key. It creates some space for the Rangers here, and this line has tic-tac-toed its way to a 2-0 lead here for the Rangers. Miller dishes and goes, right? So he drives the net, and the puck kind of wanders its way off the right pad of the goaltender. And Will Cooley, we talked about going to the net, right? Miller goes to the net. Cooley goes to the net. So the Miller-Zibanejad Cooley line hooks up once again, and the Rangers lead 2-0 with 7:11 left in the opening period here from UBS Arena.
Easily the best three players on the ice for the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers have been pretty good, right? I mean, again, you know, it's a lot easier to speak about how good they're playing when you're up 2-0, I suppose. It's something that we haven't seen recently.
And the shots are 9-5 in favor of the Rangers. 2-0 to the Blue Shirts. This time it'll be Cooley from Zibanejad and Miller.
Yeah, again, it was just a nice little subtle play right at the blue line that created a little bit of space for Zibanejad. And Zibanejad gets to the net. You know, more room created because Miller goes to the net. It's just a really good fundamental play on a rush into the offensive zone.
Johnny Brodzinski hard on the forecheck. Gets the puck from Dobson, feeds the circle. Trocheck get it cleanly through. And Mayfield picks up the loose puck. Johnny Brodzinski heading north on that shift for sure. And here come the Rangers again. Panarin, stick handling, right wing, shot, save, big rebound. Pajot collects penalty on the Islanders.
You think it's the Islanders, or is it goaltender interference on Brodzinski? It's a hold on Dobson. Good call, Al. Good look. The meantime, I know you talked about him a little bit as we were going to air, and Brodzinski's been a really good story. We talked about him last night.
New York Islanders penalty number 8, 2 minutes holding.
You know, we talked about him last night in the Masterton Perseverance Award nominee. He's just been a really good story, good influence. He's been a really good influence on the people who have spent time in Hartford. Originally signed onto the franchise, a lot of the successful franchises have quality leaders in their American League team.
Sorry, Dave.
So the younger kids have learned the right way to play, right?
Yeah. Now, Brodzinski was a captain in Hartford, and certainly showing that leadership here at the NHL level. Rangers on the power play for the first time tonight. It's Artemi Panarin, left side, feeds it out in front, score! Vincent Trocheck, a beautiful goal upstairs on Hogberg. And it's 3-0 Rangers in the first. They are pouring it on.
Boy, I'll tell you what, again, this actually looked like a power play. You know, we have not seen this play. And Trocheck takes a quick peek. Then he positions himself, a bit of a give and go, right? It's interesting. You watch him. He takes he dishes it back to Panarin. He takes a look to the slot. Then he comes out upstairs on the forehand. That's a beauty. God, we've seen a couple of good goals here from the Blue Shirts, and they have a 3-0 lead on 11 shots.
You speak of the power play, Dave. They were 2 for 34 coming in, and that's a huge drop-off area from last year.
Yeah.
65 power play goals last year. That's only the 36th this year for the Rangers. That adds up.
Yeah, wow, it sure does. And we talked about Mika Zibanejad, your top forward, minus 23. You know, it's just a lot of things add up to where the Rangers find themselves as this season winds to a close.
5th power play goal of the year for Trocheck. And here come the Rangers with Kreider, a shot that skipped off an Islander. It was D'Angelo, got to goal, tough save Hogberg. Batted that towards the front by Carrick. Picked up behind the goal, Lafreniere. He'll angle it to the point. And Braden Schneider shovels it along for Vakanainen. Angles it off the inboards, just out of the reach of Lafreniere, recovered by Carrick. Here's Vakanainen, blue line, shot, blocked. As Kreider lunges after the puck, couldn't get there in time. Horvat got the block. 5:05 to go in the first, and the Rangers off to a 3-0 lead on the island as they look for the season sweep over the New York Islanders. Rempe barreling in on the forecheck. Gets the steal. Feeds Berard. Shot blocked. Karam's back out to the point. Borgen fans on the shot from the right side. This pass down low. Dobson got position. Got to the puck behind the goal. Carrick strips it from him, but his pass picked off along the wall by Fashik. The Rangers will take over. Right from the red line. Carrick curls back in. Rempe. Touch pass across. Loose puck for a moment. Islanders poke at it and skate it out. Pelech hands it off. Over the line. Shot saved. Shesterkin. That on Engvall.
Well, the Rangers have done an awful lot of good things here in this first period. You know, get back, and then you get a save from Shesterkin on an odd man rush.
I think that's where some frustration lies, because this is the recipe. Centering pass broken up by Soucy at the net front. Otherwise, that could have been a tap-in goal. Here's Siplikov walking up the wall. Siplikov, blue line, hard pass to the pinching D'Angelo. Jumps away. Rangers clear off the near board.
Yeah, good job by Cooley, though. Back down deep, protecting that slot area as the puck comes from behind. A lot of fundamental good things going on here in this first 16 minutes.
3-0 Rangers. 3.5 to go in the first. Shots 12-6 in favor of the Rangers. Attempted exit is foiled, and Siplikov takes a spill along the far boards. Turnover to Palmieri. He'll walk down the middle. Fire save. Shesterkin aggressively out of the top of his crease. Palmieri to the half wall, far side, as he battles Braden Schneider. Here comes Horvat across the middle. Feeds the point. Big stop by Shesterkin on Romano. And getting to the puck in the middle of the ice, Vakanainen denying a second chance for Horvat.
Yeah, a couple of quality chances by the Islanders here, forcing Igor Shesterkin to be a story in this first period.
Lead pass up the middle, and it's Gatcomb dangling, getting the puck to the front. A save by Shesterkin. Loose puck swept away. Vakanainen tackling Anders Lee, preventing any sort of loose puck situation. And some chance of Igor up from the crowd and the many Ranger fans who have made the trip out to the island. Or who live out here, of which there are many. Dobson is offside at the attacking line. So, the Rangers with a 3-0 lead over the Islanders. With 2:24 to go in the first period here at UBS Arena. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Hey Rangers fans, now at Verizon they have some big news for your peace of mind. They're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's the best price ever on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Guaranteed for 3 years. That's future you peace of mind. Because at Verizon, they got you. Visit your local Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
What's up, New York Rangers fans? Enjoying the game should be easy, so don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends? Easy. Pick up some pizza from your go-to and grab some Bud Light to stock your fridge. See, it's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, I don't know about you, Dave. I'm still using the heat at home. And hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Yeah, that would be me also. It's been a chilly start to the spring. But in the meantime, got the Masters up, got baseball going, hockey playoffs around the corner, NCAA's just over. Spring is around the corner.
We think. It's the Rangers, the puck in their own zone. Engvall the steal for the Islanders, then a hard pass from Fasching that couldn't hit Cizikas out in front. Pollock from the wall, tosses it into traffic. Loose puck batted at. Backhand shot put wide of the net from the low slot. Cizikas with a good look. Battle along the far boards. Rangers win out, and they'll escape the zone. A line that has 2 out of their 3 goals. Will Cooley chase it down in the near corner as he battles against Pollock. Pops out to Soucy, top of the left circle. Islanders poke it free. Fox keeps the zone right side. For Zibanejad, his wrist shot. Toe save by Hogberg. Soucy, left side. Will hand it off to Cooley. And he'll feed it down low. Zibanejad, checked by Pollock along the backboards. Rangers keep on ticking as JT Miller digs for the puck along the near wall. Feeds Soucy out high. Hands it off Zibanejad. Across for Fox, right side. Back to Soucy on the left. Pulls the trigger, misses the net. Arams off the back glass. Fox tosses it behind the goal. Miller out to Cooley. His shot off the outside of the net. Miller chips it far boards. Fox on a short pinch, but he can't connect with Miller, and the Islanders will skate it out after a long defensive shift. Final minute, first period. Rangers up 3-0 on the Islanders. In a do-or-die game for the Blue Shirts. Hard rim defensively. Catches up ahead with Vincent Trocheck. Right side, stopping, passing, score! Panarin with a wide-open net! And that's an exclamation point on a blowout first period. 4-0 Rangers.
You know, we talked about Trocheck looking around on his power play goal. He tracks this puck down with a sense of where Panarin is, and then holds on to the puck long enough. Now the puck goes through him on off at the offensive blue line, but Panarin waits, looks like he's coming to the net. Not so fast, Kowalski. Over to Panarin, and it's a 4-0 New York Ranger lead with 43 seconds left in the opening period.
Panarin, who just got to the 300 career goal mark. That's number 301.
Two really good plays by Trocheck that ended up with an important assist and a power play goal.
About as complete a period as the Rangers have had.
In months?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Spiked off the near boards, back to the neutral zone. Parsonen trying to connect in stride with Lafreniere on a given goal, but unable to gain full control of the puck as Dobson races in for the Islanders on left wing, circles the net. Dobson opens near side, centering pass through a crowd of bodies at the net front. Ashcombe trying to draw a penalty, like he may have been grabbed, but neither referee impressed. And we hit 20 minutes of play here at UBS Arena on Long Island. The Rangers with a 4-0 lead over the Islanders.
Yeah, a terrific period. The understatement of the evening so far, of course. But in the meantime, Shesterkin did have to make, he made two really good saves at 3-0. The Rangers' power play looked like an old Ranger power play. Top line played like a top line. And you have yourself a 4-0 lead after 20 minutes. Rangers Islanders here at UBS Arena, Belmont, New York.
You lump in the 3 games so far this season. The Rangers have now outscored the Islanders 18-3 this season. Going for the season sweep over the Isles here tonight. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. 4-0 Blue Shirts after 1. We'll send you back to Don LaGreca in the studio for our first intermission right after this. You're listening to Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This one is a shocker.
When the sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspectives than the experts of SiriusXM.
The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Michael Malone.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
What
the F is happening right now?
Of all the names that could have been said.
And expert analysis on NBA Radio.
We have seen 2 of the league's best coaches get fired in the last 2 weeks. Make it make sense.
Live sports talk when you need it is on SiriusXM and the SiriusXM app.
Historic hockey moments.
March 23rd, 1994, Wayne Gretzky passes his hero Gordie Howe for most goals scored.
Gretzky scored! He did it! The greatest goal scorer in National Hockey League history is Wayne Gretzky.
Los Angeles goal, a power play goal, and the 802nd National Hockey League goal scored by number 99, Wayne Gretzky.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The Messier Guarantee. May 25th, 1994, the New York Rangers face elimination in Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils.
Under 8 minutes to play in the third and a 2-2 tie. Kovalov, save, rebound, score! Messier!
For the empty net, Mark Messier. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? He said we will win Game 6. He has just picked up the hat trick.
Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, your NHL 100.
Is the greatest player to ever play sitting at the podium right now?
We talk about this all the time. That's what makes sports great, and that's what makes hockey wonderful. I think we're all in pretty much agreement that Gordie was pretty special.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. This is your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers intermission report. Now here's Don LaGreca on the MSG Radio Network.
Tremendous period for the New York Rangers at UBS, and they've got a commanding 4-0 lead on the Islanders after 20 minutes of play. Now time for the Rangers' first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. It was early and often for the Blue Shirts. It started with a Mika Zibanejad goal, his 18th from JT Miller and Will Cooley at 3:17. This after Zibanejad had a 3-point night last night against Philadelphia. Then at 12:49, it was Will Cooley with his 19th from Zibanejad and Miller, and that's JT Miller. So 2 points for Zibanejad, 2 points for JT Miller, and 2 points for Will Cooley. Then the Rangers go on the power play. Vincent Trocheck scores his 24th from Panarin at Fox at 13:51. And then with 45 seconds left in the period, it was Artemi Panarin scoring again his 36th after scoring last night. Trocheck and Fox get the assists at 19:15. And the Rangers with a 4-0 lead. So Zibanejad, Cooley, Fox, Trocheck, Panarin all with 4 points so far in a dominant first period. The only penalty, the Islanders' Dobson for holding at 13:32. The Rangers outshot the Islanders 15-10, so let's not leave out Mika Zibanejad, who had to make 10 stops in that first period. So a slew of players to choose from for the Rangers' top shelf performance, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. But let's give it to Mika Zibanejad.
As the Islanders win a D-zone draw, bank it off the near boards. Paul Mary bumped along on the step-up from Keandre Miller. And the Rangers take the puck back. JT will hand it off to Will Cooley. Drops it to Miller. To the right side, Zibanejad scores! And the Rangers take an early 1-0 lead.
So with that goal and the assist, Zibanejad 5 points in the last 4 periods. That was the Rangers' top shelf performance, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason, known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn, copyright 2025, crafted to be savored responsibly. So the Rangers, who have won all 3 meetings so far this year, dominating, outscoring the team 14-3 going into the game tonight. The New York Islanders were dominated, and the Rangers adding 4 more. So with 2 more periods to go in this season series, the Rangers outscoring the Islanders 18-3 over that span. Now time for the owner of the power play, brought to you by Chumba Casino. Well, let's give it to the guy that scored on the power play for the New York Rangers, Vincent Trocheck.
Rangers on the power play for the first time tonight. It's Artemi Panarin, left side, feeds it out in front, score! Vincent Trocheck, a beautiful goal upstairs on Hogberg. And it's 3-0 Rangers in the first. They are pouring it on.
So, you know, the Rangers' struggles on the power play, coming in 4 for their last 57, but 1 for 1 tonight, as that added to the lead. Then 3-0 became 4-0 on the Panarin goal late in period number 1. That's the owner of the power play, brought to you by Chumba Casino, where any moment can be your moment. With free daily login bonuses, serious prizes, and hundreds of online social casino-style games, turn your free time into a good time with Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. When we return, we'll go around the National Hockey League, and then we'll dive deeper into the numbers, then drop the puck for period number 2 at UBS, where the Rangers have a dominant 4-0 lead on the New York Islanders through 20 minutes of play. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge is back.
Oh, yeah, baby!
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs.
Shoots and scores!
Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2025-26 NHL event. Sign up today for a chance to win exclusive prizes at nhl.com/bracket.
To win the cup, everything needs to line up perfectly. No different than finding the person you want to marry. When the time comes to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. They'll make shopping for a ring easy. Let them help you pick or design the perfect ring to fit any budget from their 2 by London collection. London Jewelers is committed to getting it just right. So visit London Jewelers today at any of their 6 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the mall at Short Hills. Mention I told you to stop by. You'll get the Michael K. treatment.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Welcome back to the Rangers' first intermission report. Blue shirts all over the Islanders, 4-0 through 20 minutes of play. Rangers 1 for 1 on the power play. Just a great start to this game for the Islanders, who are looking to sweep the season series from their arch rivals from Long Island. Let's go back out to UBS right now. Michelle Gingras is standing by with one of the Rangers' goal scorers, Mika Zibanejad.
4-0 in the first period. What was the key to such a strong start for your team?
We always want a good start, obviously, and I feel like last few games has been like that. But obviously, being able to capitalize on our chances was major.
You had a great goal to open scoring, but an incredible sequence before that as well. Just take us through what you guys saw on the ice there.
Just a lot of good plays from starting with JT, obviously, and a couple of quick passes and. From Cools to Melzi really gets the goal to freeze. So for me to just get it on net, so it was nice.
You guys have been off to a great start tonight. What makes your line specifically so effective when it's working the way that you want it to?
I think we're moving. I think we're playing pretty simple, but I think very predictable for each other. So we talk a lot on the bench, so it's been good so far.
Thanks very much for the time. Good luck in the second period.
All right, thanks a lot, Michelle. So 2 points in this one for Mika Zibanejad, Will Cooley, Adam Fox, Vincent Trocheck, Artemi Panarin. In an unbelievable period. Probably too little too late to save their season, but certainly save face here. And if a victory is in the offing for the Rangers tonight, they'd survive for another day. Rangers can still be eliminated tomorrow. Canadians take on the Senators, but at least put a little pressure on Montreal and take care of business at UBS, and have done so through the first 40 minutes of play. Let's go around the National Hockey League. Other games in action. They're midway through the second period in Boston. The Bruins and the Blackhawks are tied at 1. Pasternak's 42nd of the year. Nick Foligno is 13th for Chicago. They are late in the second period in Florida. Panthers have taken a 2-1 lead on the Detroit Red Wings. They are midway through the second period in Columbus. Sabres 2 and the Blue Jackets 1. Sabre getting goals from Peterka's 25th, Dahlin his 16th of the season. Van Riemsdyk, the only goal for Columbus, his 15th of the year. Hurricanes 2 and the Capitals 0. Hurricanes getting goals from Stan Coven, his 13th. Blake, his 16th. This is the first game the Capitals have played since Alexander Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's record back on Sunday. So not only did the Hurricanes have the 2-0 lead on the Capitals late in the first period, they're out shooting Washington 15-4. Midway through the first period in Dallas, the Stars and the Jets are scoreless. Everything later on tonight at 9 o'clock. The Canucks will be in Colorado to take on the Avalanche, while Utah plays host to the Nashville Predators, and a couple of games at 10 o'clock with the Kraken at the Vegas Golden Knights. The Ducks are in Los Angeles to take on the Kings. You take a look at the standings, and as we mentioned quite a bit during this broadcast, Rangers facing elimination tonight. 4 games left, 8 points back of Montreal, so the Rangers need to win this game just to stay alive. Detroit also 8 points back. Columbus 8 points back. Rangers, as we mentioned, Islanders all still mathematically alive as we speak, but a lot of that's going to change. Meanwhile, the other 7 spots in the East have all been clinched. They still up for grabs who could win the Atlantic Division. Right now, Toronto's up in the Atlantic with 100 points. Tampa's got 97, Florida 94. So that's still undecided. All of these teams have clinched. Washington has got the top spot in the Metropolitan Division with 107 points. They've clinched the division title there. Carolina and New Jersey have locked up 2 and 3. So the Hurricanes and the Devils have locked up playoff position, and they are guaranteed to face each other in the first round of the playoffs. And Ottawa has the first wild card. Ottawa has 90 points to Florida's 94, so still Ottawa can climb into the 3 seed in the Atlantic Division here with a little time that's left so far in this season. So that's where we stand in the Eastern Conference as we're getting a little bit later and later in this season. Everything will be over next week. Let's dig deeper into the numbers in this first period, and a lot of it favoring the New York Rangers. The only thing they're losing, the face-off battle, 56-44, but otherwise 15 shots on goal for the Rangers. Their leader with 3 is Mika Zibanejad. 10 shots on goal for the New York Islanders. Multiple producers there, Engvall and Palmieri. From a hitting standpoint, the Rangers have 8 hits to the Islanders 11. The leading hitter for the Rangers, no surprise, leads the National Hockey League up there all year long, Will Cooley, with 4 hits so far in the contest. Spend summer on the ice at the Junior Rangers Youth Hockey Camp. Learn more about our elite and recreational camp options. Register today by visiting NewYorkrangers.com/camp. So the Rangers have a 4-0 lead on the New York Islanders through 20 minutes of play. This has been the Rangers' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. I will talk to you coming up in the second intermission, but coming up next, Alex and Dave with the call to period number 2 from UBS. Rangers 4, Islanders nothing. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been your local Tri-Honda dealer's New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next.
Tonight on Sirius XM Sports.
It's a doubleheader on NBA radio. Tune in now as the Eastern Conference top seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers, take on the Indiana Pacers, followed by a Western showdown between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Memphis Grizzlies on your home for pro basketball. Sirius XM Channel 86 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
General manager of the Winnipeg Jets, Kevin Cheveldayoff. What would finishing first overall mean to the organization, Kevin?
Well, I think anytime that you can finish in an area where you're getting recognized, it's special. But again, the important thing for us is process. Is when we buy into playing the way we need to play, then we feel comfortable that we'll win more games than not, and then you let the chips fall where they may.
The Power Play, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
New Year's Day, January 1st, 2008, at the home of the NFL's Buffalo Bills, Ralph Wilson Stadium.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Buffalo Sabres are set to play despite the snow that's been falling all morning, and more than 73,000 are here to witness it. In the game they're calling the Winter Classic.
Penguins win! Snow flying in their faces as they celebrate.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Back here on the island, Alex Faust and the captain Dave Maloney. Rangers with a 4-0 lead over the Islanders. One of the best periods we've seen from the Rangers in quite some time. A reminder to get to your local Verizon store today to trade in any phone in any condition, guaranteed, and get a great deal on a new 5G phone with unlimited ultimates.
When it's game time, 'tis Tully time. The second period puck drop brought to you by Tullamore 2 Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
Well, a high event period in the Rangers' favor and a 4 spot on the board after 20 minutes.
Yeah, really, again, the Miller Zibanejad Cooley threesome who took the opening rotation, so on rotation basis alone was deemed to be the top line, and they certainly on performance backup were really good. And the power play went to work early. Only one penalty in the period, and that was Dobson's call for a hold, and shortly thereafter the Rangers would extend a 2-goal lead to 3. And then a wonderful play by Vinny Trocheck once again sets up Artemi Panarin. And I think at the end of the day, Panarin's probably your MVP of this hockey club over the course of the season. Through thick and thin, he is also a guy that has shown up more nights than not.
Leading the team in goals, assists, and points. Goal number 36 on the season as Pelech shoots from the left point. Shesterkin with a standing glove save 17 seconds into the period.
Yeah, Pageau kind of cruising through the creases. That shot was released from the Pelech on the left point. Shesterkin, a nice job concentrating, put the big catching glove on it. Play is stopped here, just 17 seconds into the middle period.
So face-off in the near dot. Zibanejad, who had the opening goal tonight. Islanders control. And it's Holmstrom trying to fend off Keandre Miller along the near boards. Miller jabbing after the puck along the half wall, pokes it free out of the skates of Holmstrom, and it's skated out by Cooley. Cooley will dump it into the Islanders zone. Pursue Pageau, second wave Zibanejad, but Pelech escapes him and leaves the zone. Bank pass, far boards, Pageau swings it rink wide, collected off the wall, Holmstrom. To the middle, Siplikov. He'll dart across along the blue line. Good stick by Zibanejad to poke the puck out of the zone.
Yeah, you watch Mika Zibanejad in a defensive position, using that stick, taking lanes away. Hasn't been a great year of 5-on-5 for Zibanejad, though. We talked about his plus-minus number.
Islanders will dump this in. Zibanejad with just 17 goals on the season. Under his usual pace as it's rimmed around and out off the glass. And a face-off will stay down low in the Rangers zone.
Right, the official right there to determine that it went off the glass. He bangs the glass. So it will be a defense. The Rangers just 41% proficient on the face-off in the first period. Through thick and thin, they've been a pretty good face-off team all the season long.
I was reading through the notes. Rangers, this is going to be the best season since they started tracking face-off numbers. Best season franchise history. Big save, Shesterkin on a shot from the right circle. And the puck is knocked back out to the red line. These are the top 2 face-off teams in the league. Islanders 1, Rangers 2. As the Islanders attempt to stretch it along the right side, and it's an icing.
You know, you go back to the Mika Zibanejad's second and third years with the franchise after being acquired from Ottawa. He was minus 35, and then kind of turned things around as he hit his stride. And last year, plus 15, 25, plus 40, plus 70. But had an off year when it comes to 5-on-5 play.
Off the draw. Rangers won it initially, taken away by the Islanders up the far boards. And it's collected by Palmieri, centering. Horvat saved and covered by Shesterkin.
Yeah, this puck bounces over the stick of Adam Fox. And the Islanders with some fresh legs on the ice. And Horvat is thwarted by Igor Shesterkin. As take a look at Lee gets offensive blue line possession, and Adam Fox just kind of has the puck bounce over his stick. Poltergeisted. Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin.
Kyle Palmieri is going to be an interesting story. free agent this offseason. Dobson shot, blue line, gloved by Shesterkin. The other guys, as mentioned, Pelech, Pulock, Horvat, Duclair, Barzal, Engvall, Mayfield, Sorokin, Varlamov, at least 2 more years for all those guys after this.
Yeah, there's a lot of money tied up here, and they let Brock Nelson walk, so I'd be shocked if he doesn't end up somewhere else. Palmieri's been a good player for this franchise. Originally drafted by Anaheim, then was a really good Devil, and good for the Islanders.
Rangers win a D-zone draw. Hard rim out. So the Islanders zone pursued by Carrick. Rempe finishes a hit on the forecheck, barreling into Mayfield, but the Islanders break the puck out. Engvall shot right side, swallowed up by Shesterkin.
Engvall does a nice job of taking a puck in stride. He's a left-handed shot coming down the right side, and a really good job. Shesterkin holds his ground as the Islanders have the first 5 shots of this period. Sometimes you get those big leads and you start looking at the clock way too early, right?
Not anymore in this league.
No, you can't do that. Boy, there's been some football scores in the last couple nights in the league.
Utah put up a touchdown and an extra point as this shot from the point, saved by Shesterkin, rebound collected by the Islanders. Siplikov shot blocked again. Siplikov tries a third time, puts one wide of the target from long range. Pajot collects and skates around the net. Then he had, a 3-goal comeback in the final minute by Vancouver the other night?
Yeah, how about that?
Crazy. You just never see stuff like that.
Against Dallas, too.
Right. Good team.
Right.
Good goalie. Puck out of play here, face-off in the Rangers zone. 17:21 left on the second period clock. Rangers lead the Islanders 4-0 going for the series sweep, and widen out the lens, trying to keep their season alive and avoid the elimination from the Stanley Cup playoffs. Montreal is idle tonight. They will play at Ottawa on Friday. Yeah, Rangers win the puck and send it around. It's cut off by the Islanders as Palmieri shoots from the wall through a couple of bodies, and the Rangers will take over and clear. Morgan to dump it in. Dobson, hard rim, defensively turned it over, and the Rangers give it right back with Cooley aiming for Zibanejad in the corner. Carried up ice by Dobson. Touch pass from the wing to Palmieri, who missed the net down the middle. May have taken a deflection off a stick. Missed it from in close.
Yeah, all that kind of blind backhand pass by Will Cooley created the opportunity for Palmieri.
D'Angelo walks in, shoots in tight, knocked down by Shesterkin, and then sent back out to the red line. Pelech to draw back. And a rather quiet and subdued UBS Arena. Rangers up 4-0 on the Islanders. And for the season sweep. Matt Martin chips it for Horvat in the corner. Long shift for Horvat. Shot from the point. Knocked down. Rangers collect. And Lafreniere to scoot it out to the red line. But it's been all Islanders this period. Shots 8-0 in favor of the Islanders. Shesterkin hesitated in the trapezoid. Turned over the puck. A rare one. Near boards, Martin engaged in a battle. As he and Will Borgen down there battle for the puck. Lafreniere involved as well. Mark Gatcomb for the Islanders as the puck is pinned along the kick plate. Tick, 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 tick. Referees uninterested in blowing the whistle as they burrow and battle and kick and spar.
All right, just blow the whistle, will you please?
Referee's still unimpressed. That's John McIsaac watching the play. Finally, somebody gets it free down there as the scrum continues.
4, 5, 6 guys.
Finally,
there you go. What in the world? Blow the whistle. It's not going anywhere, and I think that's Miller's beef. Just blow it. I don't see. I heard somebody come to. You want to go to a hockey game and see that. Boy, was that fun. Oh, man.
Yes, you paid good money to see that.
Yeah, right. So this is the National Hockey League.
The beautiful game.
Face off to the right of Igor Shesterkin.
15-12 on the clock. 4-0 Rangers, second period. As Trocheck wins the faceoff, stashes it to the corner, up the wall. Fox turned it over. Engvall shot pinballs to the far boards. Rangers send it out. Long angle pass just out of the reach of Brodzinski, who would have had a breakaway. Rangers start again. Neutral zone. They tag up. Panarin in on right wing. Swings it to the back. Soucy. Stick handles. Feeds it activating Fox right side. Turns. Eases. Turns back again. Though turned it over to Cizikas. And now the Islanders go cross ice looking to get Engvall on a breakaway. Good stick on the back check by the Rangers. Engvall picks it up behind the Rangers net. Swings it to the front office stick. Hudson Fasching trying to dig it out of the skates of Fox, who merges with it. Brodzinski hands it off to Panarin. In over the line. Return pass Brodzinski flutters away. And Siplikov clears out to Pajot. Pajot enters, stops right side. And he'll feed it into the skates of Siplikov. And Siplikov feeds it down low. His countryman, Igor Shesterkin, tried to whip it around the boards. Rangers take over in an open ice battle. Horvat plays a back pass to Mayfield. Siplikov in over the line. Good stick by Vakanainen, denying a clean entry with Holmstrom down the middle. Dumped in by the Rangers. That's been their best line with JT Miller, Mika Zibanejad, Will Cooley. And it's Cooley cranking a shot from the wall that hits a stick and ramps up out of play. We reach a stoppage, 13:39 to go, second period. All Rangers here tonight on the island. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Rafinha!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
A new page in their glorious history!
The Champions League knockout stage, where legends are made. On Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
After scoring 4 goals in Game 38 for his 45th on the season, on December 30th, 1981, the great one Wayne Gretzky and his Edmonton Oilers hosted the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 39 of the season.
Gretzky, will he shoot? He does! He scores! Wayne Gretzky's 50th goal in 39 games!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
February 7th, 1976, Toronto Maple Leafs captain Darryl Sittler dominates at home in an 11-4 win over Boston.
He's beaten Rocket Broussard's record. 9 points in a game, 5 goals, 4 assists. Hitler, 10 points. That's a new record. As long as he lives, he'll remember this evening. So will all of us doing the game here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
On Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Carolina up on the Washington Capitals 2-1. Carolina with 15 shots in the first period. Typical Carolina period. Right?
Right now it'd be Carolina, New Jersey in the first round.
I'll tell you, again, Florida's got to be looking over the shoulder at Ottawa, too.
Rangers win a faceoff. Borgen puts it right on, swallowed up by Hogberg. Yeah, Ottawa, they're right there. They're 4 points back. Right. Even games played. Might not have enough time to get them, but they're closing in. Right now would be the Battle of Ontario, the battle for Florida, and then a bloodbath in the West with Dallas and Colorado in the first round. Islanders win a face-off in the defensive zone as Pelech angles it out, and it hops off the stick of Keandre Miller nearly into the bench. Islanders have to start again, unable to advance it very far, and the Rangers offside as they try to tag up.
Yeah, Mika Zibanejad has that puck come to him, and I think he's certainly aware of the offside situation. Try to hold it up, but does not. And both teams look like they're going to make a full-scale change here. Face off the Rangers side of the red line.
Islanders win it. Turnover, neutral ice. Outlet from Gatcombe that didn't go very far. Rangers get it back as they play a bit of ping pong back and forth with the puck in the neutral zone. Mayfield outlets over the stick of Martin, and the Islanders have iced it, and the pace of this game has ground to a halt.
Yeah, it certainly has. The linesmen are getting paid by the whistle, evidently, because there have been a lot of them here in this first 7 minutes of the second period. Rangers 4-0 lead. All 4 goals scored by the Rangers in the first period. As the officials now are going to deem that to be a bit of a missed call. Put the face off in the neutral zone. Linesman.
And not just an elimination game for the Rangers here tonight. A whole bunch of teams right around them that are on a razor's edge. Montreal just streaking away to that final wild card. The Rangers must win tonight to keep their season alive.
Can't give Montreal credit. They've won 6 in a row.
Yep. Lane Hudson doing some great work. Suzuki. That whole team.
Caulfield.
Yeah.
Slavkovsky.
Bouncing puck to the blue line. Attacking zone for the Rangers. Fox twirls it to the right wing corner. Rempe goes after Dobson. Couldn't connect on the hit, but the Rangers keep the puck. Carrick, far corner. Walks out. Shields all the way to the blue line. Leaves it for Fox. Fox drifts back to the wall. Shoots. Gets to goal. Rebound available. Goaltender Hogberg never saw it. Back to Susie, blue line. Off a stick. In front with his shot. As Rempe is knocked off his feet in the near corner. Islanders fans enjoyed that. And the Rangers take it back.
Yeah, Gatcombe with the old Peter Forsberg. Backed into an unsuspecting Rempe.
Lafreniere left wing shot, missed the net. Activating Schneider, gets to the puck, flips it for Parsonen behind the goal. Stick check by Pellet. Lafreniere to walk it out for the goal line. And he'll toss it back behind Parsonen. Wraparound score! Juuso Parsonen back in the lineup, extends the Ranger lead to 5-0.
Good rim around, a reverse rim around by Lafreniere, and then a really aggressive move after escaping with the puck was Parsonen, and that's a 5 spot on the board now for the New York Rangers here, as Parsonen simply outmuscles and battles with Cizikas early. But it's the rim around in good position is Parsonen on Pellick and beats the goaltender Hogberg, and boy oh boy, it's 5-0 Rangers.
Hogberg took a little look at the Islander bench.
Looking for that yank single?
Yeah, maybe, but none coming.
Right.
Islanders win the center ice faceoff. 5-0 Rangers over the Islanders. Chipped towards the middle in the Rangers zone and swiped away from Simon Holmstrom. Goes all the way down for an icing against the Rangers. That's Parsonen's 5th goal of the year after he was acquired by the Rangers midseason.
Yeah. And it's a play by Panarin in the middle. I think he had Brodzinski kind of angling through the neutral zone, and the pass is misfired. And that results in a defensive zone face-off to the left of Igor Shesterkin.
Goal and assist for Panarin tonight as the Islanders win this face-off. Shot from the blue line, skirts wide from D'Angelo. Pellick deep below the goal line, flicked it out in front, off sticks. As the Islanders look to have shaken things up a bit with their pairings. Holmstrom, checked by Trocheck right in front of the Isles bench. Puck comes free. Siplikov to the tape of Holmstrom, stopping, shielding, walking back to the wall, feeding the point. Pellick shot, stick save by Shesterkin. And now Brodzinski to carry it out. He'll leave it for Panarin. Back for Brodzinski, down the left boards. To the back, JT Miller just off the bench. Miller rotating for Will Borgen, wrist shot, punched away by Hogberg, and taken over by the Islanders. They'll bank it all the way down. Icing with 10.5 to go in the second period. This hockey season's easy to enjoy with Bud Light. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the New York Rangers. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, they haven't posted an assist on the Parsonen goal yet. It seems to me Lafreniere kind of rimmed the puck around. Should probably be credited with something. Face off to the right here of the Islander netminder.
Rangers with the Cooley-Miller-Zibanejad line on the ice. Rangers win the face-off. Miller to Miller. That being Keandre to JT. The one-timer missed high. Zibanejad, long pass, just skirts away from JT, back out of the zone. And the Rangers track back in their own end to get it. Nearing the midway point of regulation time in a rout on the island. Rangers 5, Islanders nothing. Will Cooley nudges the puck back to Keandre Miller. He'll walk the blue line, stash it for Adam Fox. And his pass off the tape of Zibanejad far side and skated out by Horvat.
I think that was a redirection attempt by Mika Zibanejad to get that puck in the middle of the ice.
Centering pass from Horvat didn't reach the intended target. Rangers break out quickly. Here's Sam Carrick entering, stopping, shielding, waiting for support to arrive as he chops the puck off the backboard. Karam's to Berard, shot stick save by Hogberg, wrap chance, loose puck. Carrick put it off the outside of the net. As Berard had the initial opportunity and Carrick tried to pounce on a loose puck. Anders Lee will hand it off. And the Islanders get this puck out. Horvat over the red line to shoot it in. .9:10 left in period 2. 5-0 Rangers. As Carson Soucy will hand it off. And Adam Fox will send it deep. D'Angelo is on it. Dobson, touch pass up the middle. Islanders bank it out only as far as the red line. Soucy back on it. Here's Sam Carrick through the neutral zone to dump it in. Interesting, both teams kind of resurrected their season for a hot minute in the month of January. The Rangers started on their tear. Islanders had one of their own. And it seemed like both were about to resurrect their seasons as this puck is out of play, but not to be. At least for one night, the Rangers in command here. 5-0 over the New York Islanders here at UBS Arena. We'll step aside. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hey there, game lovers. Ready for some excitement? Chumba Casino is where it's at. It's free to play with hundreds of online social casino games and new releases every week. Play anytime, anywhere, and enjoy free daily login bonuses and a fantastic welcome offer. Whether at home or on the go, play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes with ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, Delaware, Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you at UBS Arena on Long Island. Rangers lead the Islanders 5-0. 8:34 to go in the second. Rangers hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Lafreniere has been credited with an assist on the Rangers' 5th goal, his 28th assist on the season. Face off to the left here of Igor Shesterkin.
Zizekas on the draw for the Islanders against Parssinen, who's chipped in with a goal of his own for the Rangers. On that play that was assisted by Lafreniere. Bashing to the middle, and it skirts away through the wickets on Zizekas. Hogberg back in his goal crease, plays it off the near board. Nobody there. Could have been danger for the Islanders as Zizekas leaves it for Engvall. On right wing, Pierre Engvall tracked the whole way by Vakanainen. Now Cizikas emerges from the goal line. Darts down into the corner. Pressured the whole way by Braden Schneider defensively. Cizikas with a battle at the net front. A centering pass. Shesterkin lunging out to make a save on Hudson, Fasching with the glove.
Yeah, this is a heck of a save by the Ranger netminder. Really good job kind of creating the chance behind the net. It was Cizikas and Igor Shesterkin to the rescue.
Shesterkin flashing the leather for sure.
That glove in the right spot. Right? We get a nice slow-mo look as Shesterkin protects the short side.
Islanders win the face-off. D'Angelo to Romanov. Shot redirected on to goal. Siplikov flashing in front, and Shesterkin is there once again.
Siplikov's a big, big man. Hard to believe he's only got 7 goals, so it looks like he's big, strong, good with the puck.
He's a former 30-goal scorer in Russia.
KHL. Yeah.
Had a goal and assist. And the high-scoring loss for the Islanders on Tuesday against Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville scored twice in the last 2 minutes, right?
Yep.
Tie that thing, and then a minute and change into overtime. It was a win. Stevie Stamkos with 4 points.
Rangers with Trocheck around the net. Swings it to the line. Miller diagonally for Panarin this way. Panarin up the near boards. Borgen softly plays it to the near corner out of the reach of Brodzinski. Siplikov bottled up by a pinching Borgen. Now Brodzinski hard rim to the far side. DeAndre Miller is on it. As is Brodzinski out of the corner. His pass for Panarin. Panarin back to Brodzinski. Skate to stick. Back to Panarin. Out high. Left side. Rink wide feed. Borgen poke free. And Siplikov will exit. Siplikov in over the Ranger line. Left wing. Fans on the attempt. Miller was nearby. That being Keandre. Tony D'Angelo tried to pick up a loose puck and stash it in. Siplikov hard rim. And with Simon Holmstrom changing off, puck came his way. Didn't touch it.
More concerned about getting to the bench, I suppose.
I guess. By the way, just a point on Johnny Brodzinski. I was working the Oilers game last night. Had a chance to catch up with Chris Knobloch, who just was glowing with praise. As JT Miller shoots in transition, blocked by Dobson.
Of course, Chris Knobloch, former Hartford Wolfpack coach, would have had Johnny in the AHL, right?
Yep. And just, I was talking about Ranger stuff. He just had nothing but amazing things to say about Johnny and how happy Chris is for Johnny's success here with the Rangers this season.
It's awesome.
Oh, Dobson with an outlet pass away from Paul Mary. Icing waved off. Maybe the linesman finally got the memo.
Their icing quota for the night.
Picked up neutral ice by the Rangers and Vakanainen. Oh, swiped away from Berard. 2-on-1 the other way for the Islanders. As Pulock moves in, and Shesterkin out of his goal crease. Reading the shot the whole way, makes the save.
Brett Berard bangs his stick in frustration. Well, not frustration. He knows he should be trying to toe drag that area of the ice. 5:36 left. The Rangers 5. The Islanders no score. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York, the MSG Radio Network.
Tonight on Sirius XM Sports.
It's a doubleheader on NBA radio. Tune in now as the Eastern Conference top seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers, take on the Indiana Pacers, followed by a Western showdown between the Minnesota Timberwolves and Memphis Grizzlies on your home for pro basketball. Sirius XM Channel 86 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Historic hockey moments.
1992-93, the inaugural season for the Tampa Bay Lightning, had not just hockey fans, but the sporting world paying attention to the Bolts, thanks to a 5'7" goalie from Quebec who was trying out for the team.
The first woman to play professional hockey. There she is taking the ice. Manon Réon.
It was a publicity stunt, they said, orchestrated by Tampa's general manager, Phil Esposito.
I'd be a liar to say that I wasn't using it for publicity, but the fact is she's not bad.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
March 2nd, 1993, Winnipeg hosts Quebec, where Jets forward Teemu Selanne is 3 goals off the pace of Mike Bossy's rookie record.
Teemu Selanne breaks it. He scores! Ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, that goal by Teemu Selanne establishes a new NHL record for goals in one season by a rookie.
The Finnish Flash's record-breaking goal came in his 64th NHL game, and he would finish his rookie season with an overall 76 goals.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you, UBS Arena in Elmont. 5:36 on the second period clock. Rangers 5, Islanders no score. Shots are 24-20 in favor of the Islanders, but the Rangers did most of the damage in the first period. A 4-goal period. Zibanejad, Cooley, Trocheck, Panarin, and then Juuso Parssinen adding one here in the second. Face off to the left of Shesterkin, far dot to our left here at UBS Arena. And it's JT Miller winning it back for the Rangers. Against the rookie Mark Gatcomb. Turned over, middle of the ice. Gatcomb a shot, saved Shesterkin. And the rebound to the far board. Centering pass whipped into traffic by McLean. Couldn't connect with an Islanders stick, and the Rangers clear. Was this directly out of play?
Yeah, it looks like.
Linesmen are signaling delay.
The first. Keandre Miller is very, very guilty of making a ghastly mistake that
number
really
79. 2 minutes
lingers long. It's the first one, through the middle of the ice, standing still with the puck. Now this time he tries to go high again, doesn't do it in the middle of the ice, but puts it into the stands. So the Islander special teams have been atrocious. Both sides of the special team situation, Alex?
Historically bad.
All right.
If it holds at 12% currently on the season, it would be the lowest power play percentage in Islander franchise history. Bo Horvat plays this to the line. And Tony DeAngelo left side, rink-wide pass, deflected off the short glass by Fox, stays in play. Horvat juggles the puck, banks it to the point, Dobson into the middle, Palmieri, out wide DeAngelo, back across Horvat, and another pass, this one blocked away.
Yeah, Adam Fox in the right position to make the block.
Palmieri stripped by Trocheck, who clears.
Maybe an extra pass from Tony DeAngelo where the puck should get to the net. Tries to go diagonally across the ice and stick in position by Adam Fox.
Outlet for the Islanders. Lee now to Dobson, who missed the net after getting behind the Ranger defense.
Rangers with a shorthanded goal last night, 15 on the season.
Sam Carrick tries to track down the puck in the attacking zone. Second most shorties in franchise history in a single season now for the Rangers. As Horvat chips to the middle, Palmieri, return pass Horvat, checked by Carrick, loose puck picked up by the Islanders. Lee feeds DeAngelo left circle, it's skirted away. Now Horvat, hard pass to Lee behind the net, back for Horvat, it jumps away from him and out of the zone.
That is a dispirited power play, to say the least, and we've seen that from the Rangers recently. The Rangers do have a power play goal here tonight.
They're 1-for-1. Islanders rim it around. Pajot for Holmstrom. Far corner. Back to Pajot. Checked by Schneider. Now Holmstrom. Stick checked by Fox. Separated from the puck. The Rangers skate out. And it's Will Cooley, who has a couple of shorthanded markers this season. Cooley takes the puck all the way to the near corner to kill clock. And the Islanders will skate it out. Keandre Miller is released from the box. Rangers back at full strength. Pellick to shoot it in as the Islanders make a change. Will Borgen to pick it up. And they'll start from behind his net as the Rangers ready a breakout. Here's Artemi Panarin, the goal and assist tonight. Panarin eats his way in onside, drags the puck to the near corner. A couple of Islander sticks trying to jab after it, jar it free. Brodzinski near corner. Swings it up the boards, picked off by Hudson Fasching. And a stretch pass for Cizikas to the attacking line for the Islanders. The middle, Engvall. Holmstrom shot Knocked down, saved by Shesterkin. It was Hudson Fasching on the shot, and Shesterkin was there to smother it.
Vinny Trocheck and Engvall in a bit of a sword fight off to the left of Igor Shesterkin. I'll tell you, Holmstrom is a good-looking player. He is hot. And like I say, his last game, he had 4 points. He makes a nice play off the right foot, kicks it into his skate in one motion, and it heads to the net. Igor Shesterkin has faced 17 Islander shots here in the second period and has yet to blink. 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the middle 20 minutes of regulation play from UBS Arena, home of the New York Islanders.
Face off to the left of Shesterkin. JT Miller directing traffic outside the circle was Zibanejad and Borgen set up, and a cleanly won face-off for Miller.
Miller over Horvat, teammate from Vancouver days.
So Cooley, straight line drive down the middle, but his shot is blocked, sent the other way by the Islanders. DeAndre Miller hustles back to defend as he forces Bo Horvat off the puck. The Rangers will start out. Miller still carrying the puck off ice. Feeds Will Cooley left side. Shot, save, Hogberg. And he has the puck in his grasp for a whistle with 2:08 to go in the period. Out of Town Scoreboard brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. Well, we finally got the weird moment everybody was waiting for. Brad Marchand, his first goal as a Florida Panther. The Panthers lead the Red Wings 3-1 in an eliminator here tonight. And an out-of-town scoreboard update that's brought to you by Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com. One other score I'm keeping an eye on, the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars, two of the top teams in the West, colliding here tonight. 1-0 Winnipeg. Jets hope that they win that division so that they don't have to face either Dallas or Colorado.
Right, it's the same thing really in the, in the East, somebody's going to have to face Ottawa.
Yep.
That's the way Ottawa, either way.
Big game earlier this week, Toronto and Tampa Bay.
Right.
And Toronto won in overtime. Just keep it where it is. Let's get these rivalry series in the first round. Come on. Rangers in their own zone. They'll skate it out. Lafreniere for Parsonen. Back for Lafreniere. And he tried to chip it in the region of Kreider, taken over by the Islanders and Scott Mayfield. Martin to stash it ahead for the Islanders. I mentioned earlier, this could be the last goal for Matt Martin, who's been a healthy scratch good chunk of the season. Penalty against the Rangers behind their own net. A cross-check and a power play for the Islanders. 1:12 left in the second.
Yeah, it's going to be Parsonen. Parsonen behind the net. And he and Fasching tied up. And, that's a pretty soft one. Oh, my God. In the old days, he'd be dying to get hit that way. The stick rides up the back of Fasching, and it is close to the boards, and Fasching in a fairly vulnerable spot. The official makes the call, so it's the second Islander power play. Certainly the first one to no success.
24 power play goals on the season, fewest in the league. Rangers lose the draw as Pelech hands it off. Siplikov, right side. Final minute of this second period. Rangers leading 5-0 over the Islanders. Siplikov feeds the doorstep. Holmstrom back to Siplikov. Shot, score! Over the glove of Shesterkin, short side. And the Islanders are on the board.
Yeah, I believe that's just his 8th goal of the season for Siplikov, and it really, when you look at it, he's certainly, that'll be number 10. He's just a big guy. He's got good hands and set up nicely. And it was a face-off win, right? It sets up everything, so Holmstrom will keep his point streak alive as he feeds it right into Siplikov and right over the left shoulder of Igor Shesterkin. A power play goal by the Islanders as we have there we go. It looks like the penalty box door of the Rangers is open here. Not quite sure what. And there we go. It's closed now.
I'll take the -1 on that one. Led right into that. 5-1 now. Braden Schneider across the red line. So that breaks up the shutout for Shesterkin. As we near the end of the second period, Islanders in their own zone. Zizekas plays this puck across. It jumps the stick of Pierre Engvall along the far boards. Quick up for the Islanders from the red line. Out of the reach of Engvall. Batted towards goal. Defensively by the Rangers. And they start a breakout. 15 seconds left in the period. Rangers in over the attacking line and dump it cross corner. Pelech is on it with 9 seconds. And Pelech looks up ice. Rifles one all the way on goal from behind the red line. Kyle McLean tracks it down near corner, and that ends the period. 40 minutes in the books, a goal each side, but still a 4-goal margin for the Rangers after 40.
Yeah, much busier period for Igor Shesterkin. Quickly out of the gates were the New York Islanders, the first 8 shots of that second period, but like I say, you get up big like that after 20, and I think it's just human nature. They're kind of looking at the clock. But the Rangers did extend it to 5. Parsons scores. He takes the penalty that eventually cost the Rangers a power play goal against. But all in all, pretty good job here by the Rangers. 5-1 after 40.
So we will step aside. Don LaGreca is on the way with our second intermission right after this. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Ready to level up your game time? Check out Chumba Casino. Non-stop fun and totally free to join. Enjoy online social casino games with new games added regularly. Play for your chance to win serious prizes and claim your daily login bonus. Whether you're at home or on the move, jump in and start playing today at ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, Delaware, Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
You want to get the most for your money. That's why more Mazda buyers choose Ramsey Mazda. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 all-wheel drive, only $209 a month. Or buy and get 0.9% APR financing for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Excludes tax, title, and registration. Zero security deposit. VIN SM813320. MSRP $26,490. Ends 4/30/25.
This is the Spectrum One New York Rangers Intermission Report. Now here's Don LaGreca on the MSG Radio Network.
Rangers 20 minutes away from ending their 3-game losing streak, a 5-1 win over the New York Islanders, or 5-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Now time for the Rangers' second intermission report, and it's brought to you by Spectrum. Islanders had the first 8 shots on goal in the second period. And maybe the Rangers looking at the clock a little bit with the big 4-0 lead entering the second period. But they would get the next goal as Parsonen gets his 5th goal of the season, his first as a New York Ranger. Lafreniere gets the assist at 8:19. And the Rangers took the 5-0 lead. But they would commit a penalty as Parsonen would get a cross-checking penalty. And Siplikov would get the power play goal, his 10th from Holmstrom, and Pelech at 19:06 to break up Igor's shutout bid and make it a 5-1 game through 40 minutes of play. Penalties in the second period for the Rangers. Keandre Miller delay a game at 14:40. Parson in the cross-check at 18:48 that led to the power play goal. The Islanders did not commit a penalty. And the Islanders ended up shooting the Rangers in that second period 20-6 and have a 30-21 edge through 40 minutes of play. But it's the Rangers who have the edge where it counts. 5-1, the lead through 40 minutes. As we mentioned earlier, Rangers had taken the first 3 meetings during the regular season, outscoring the Islanders 14-3. Now you can make it 19-4, and the Rangers are a period away from sweeping the 4-game season series and keeping their slim playoff hopes alive entering tomorrow's play. White Claw, light and refreshing, tasting uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone at the Irish Poet in Wantagh. Grab life by the claw and always do it responsibly. We got lots coming up here in the second intermission report. When we come back, we'll go around the National Hockey League. We will also get a chance to take a look at the standings and dig deeper into the 2-period stats as the Rangers have the 5-1 lead on the Islanders at UBS through 40 minutes of play. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout. Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Attention Rangers fans! Let's talk winning off the ice. ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. At ThriveWell, patients receive care, comfort, convenience, and compassion so they can get back to cheering for their favorite teams. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites along with breakaway treatment from our highly trained medical team. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Tito's handmade vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. From a seat in the stands to the best seat on the couch, root for your favorite team with your favorite team spirit. No matter who's on your roster, lineup, or lucky jersey, make Tito's your first round bottle pick. Whose house? Tito's house. Find cocktail recipes for every fan at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
With the enhanced engine performance and fuel economy of newly reformulated Tri-Clean gas from Citgo, you're good to go. But good to go where? Exotic bird shopping? To your Tuesday night bowling league?
Woo! That's a turkeys.
Good to go try your luck at bingo.
G32. Bingo!
Good to go to a lumberjack competition.
I'm gonna move my car.
New top-tier Tri-Clean gas from Citgo. The most advanced fuel we've ever made. Now you're good to go.
Guess who switched to Verizon Fios home internet?
I'm here with the legendary Sam Rosen, voice of the New York Rangers. Sam, thanks for letting us in today.
I'm glad you're here. This is a good moment because we're switching over to Verizon Fios. That's very important to me. The waiting is over.
Want to win big with Verizon Fios for as little as $35 a month?
Do what I did. Switch to Verizon Fios.
To learn more, visit your local Verizon store today.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome back to the Rangers' second intermission report out at UBS. The Rangers with a commanding 5-1 lead on the New York Islanders. Let's go back out to Long Island where Michelle Gingras is standing by with one of the Rangers' goal scorers, Will Cooley.
Through those 40 minutes, especially in the first half of the second period there, the Islanders with a big push. What was the key to weathering that, especially at 5-on-5?
I think just try to keep them to the outside. I mean, it wasn't our best period. It came out a little flat, so they came out hard and, lucky they only got one goal out of it.
Johnny Brodzinski was telling me pregame, just the key to this game, as simple as it sounds, is keeping it simple, playing north. Your goal was an example of that. Do you find that your team is playing that way through the first 40 minutes tonight?
I think the first period was a bit better, plain simple. I think that period we tried to get a little cute, a little east-west. So I think just going out for the third, going back to what we were doing at the start, keeping it simple, north-south, and it should work out a bit better for us.
It did feel like when the Islanders did try to get a little bit of momentum, Igor Shesterkin did a great job stifling that in the second period. How big was his play for you in this period?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, obviously a couple massive saves there in the first and second. So, I mean, he's been big for us all year, and a couple big saves that period, yeah.
Thanks very much for the time. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Michelle. It's Elimination Day in the National Hockey League. Rangers, Islanders, Red Wings, Blue Jackets, all can be eliminated from postseason play tonight with losses. Let's start with the Panthers and the Red Wings. They're late in the third period. Looks like Detroit's season's going to come to an end. They're down 4-1 to the Panthers in Florida. Barkov has just scored his 20th goal of the season. Brad Marchand gets his first as a Panther as he picks up goal number 22 as the Panthers have the 4-1 lead. Blue Jackets trying to stay alive. They've got a 3-2 lead on the Buffalo Sabres. Boone Jenner's 7th goal of the season on the power play snapped a 2-2 tie. So the Blue Jackets trying to stay alive. And if the Rangers can win this game and they're holding on to the 5-1 lead through 2 periods of play, well, then the Rangers would be able to stay alive to fight another day. Montreal can eliminate everybody anyway, earning a point tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators, but the Rangers just trying to survive until tomorrow, maybe get a break, and then survive at a Saturday's game against Carolina as the Rangers will continue this road trip in Carolina on Saturday and then Monday in Florida before returning home for the season finale on Thursday against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's take a look at the rest of the scoreboard. It's the Blackhawks 4 and the Bruins 2. In this one, Pasternak with his 42nd, Geekie in his 31st in what's a losing effort right now. Korchinski gets his first goal of the season for Chicago. Donato his 30th, and Foligno his 13th for the Blackhawks with a 4-2 lead late in the third period. Also late in the second period, the Capitals and the Hurricanes are tied at 2. Carolina jumped down to a 2-0 lead. Stankoven's 13th and Blake is 16th as the Hurricanes had 15 of the first 19 shots in this game, but the Capitals have come back as Dubois gets his 20th, Strome his 26th, so that game is tied at 2 with less than 3.5 to play in the second period in Washington. They're midway through the second period in Dallas in a big boy matchup between the Jets and the Stars. And right now, Winnipeg's got the 2-0 lead as they're in a battle with Washington for the President's Trophy. Niederreiter is 16th, Barron his 8th for Winnipeg, under 7.5 to go there in the second period. The midway through the first period in Colorado, the Avalanche and the Canucks are scoreless. Midway through the first in Utah, that game is scoreless between the Utah Hockey Club and the Predators. Getting it away at 10 o'clock tonight, the Kraken will be in Vegas to take on the Golden Knights, while the Ducks will skate in Los Angeles to take on the Kings. On April 17th, we celebrate all Ranger fans. Thanks to our friends at Northwell, all fans in attendance will take home an exclusive Rangers tote bag. Make sure you're at the Garden to see the Rangers take on the Lightning. Head to NewYorkrangers.com/ticket offers to secure your seats today. So it's very simple. The Rangers still mathematically alive and would stay that way with a victory. Islanders lost, they'd be done. Detroit on their way to being eliminated tonight as well. As we mentioned, Montreal plays tomorrow. They'll be in Ottawa to take on the Senators. Senators still with a chance to finish third in the Atlantic Division. If Montreal loses that game in regulation, the Blue Shirts would still be alive into Saturday's 3 o'clock face-off against the Carolina Hurricanes, as the Rangers came into this game factually, having to win the last 4 and hoping Montreal loses the last 4. And we know that's pretty much an impossibility. But the Rangers showing some pride tonight, playing well against the division rival, looking for the season sweep against the New York Islanders, and at least living to battle another day here as we are getting down to, after tonight, just the last 3 games in the regular season. Take a look at what's happening stat-wise through the first 40 minutes of play. Really, the only thing not going for the Rangers tonight are the face-offs, as the Islanders have won 59% of the face-offs, and the Islanders right now also out shooting the Rangers 30-21 through 2 periods of play. And Kyle Palmieri is the leader in shots on goal, along with Pierre Engvall, both of them with 4 shots on goal in this game. And the Rangers with the 21 shots on goal, they've got three players with 3 shots on goal. Artemi Panarin, who's got a tally in this one. Will Cooley's got 3 shots. He also has a goal. Mika Zibanejad with 3 shots. He also has a goal in this game. Hit-wise, not a ton of hits for the Rangers, just 10, but their leader, of course, is Will Cooley with 4, and the Islanders with 19 hits in this one, as Ryan Pulak's got 4 hits, and that's the leader for the New York Islanders so far through 40 minutes of the play. As the Rangers put together maybe one of their best first periods we've seen in a long, long time. As you heard in our interview with Will Cooley, not the greatest start to the second period, allowed the first 8 shots, but still both teams exchanged goals, with the Rangers with the comfortable lead here through 40 minutes of play with a 5-1 win. Rangers have off tomorrow, and as we mentioned, they'll travel to Carolina for the 3 o'clock nationally televised start on ABC. Coming up on Saturday against Carolina, then Monday back in Florida against the Panthers, and then the Rangers finish up the season on Thursday against the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was the Rangers' second intermission report. It's brought to you by Spectrum, a faster, reliable connection backed by a 100% U.S.-based workforce. So get the best customer service experience possible. Spectrum. I will talk to you again coming up at the postgame show, but coming up after these messages, Alex Faust and Dave Maloney with a call, the third period from UBS, where the Rangers have a 5-1 lead on the New York Islanders. You're listening to New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum One New York Rangers Intermission Report. Blue Shirts Hockey is next.
This one is a shocker.
When the sports world is talking, nobody gives you more perspectives than the experts of Sirius XM.
The Denver Nuggets have fired head coach Michael Malone.
Hear instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
What the F is happening right now?
Of all the names that could have been said, and expert analysis on NBA Radio.
We have seen 2 of the league's best coaches get fired in the last 2 weeks. Make it make sense.
Live sports talk when you need it is on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 14th, 2010, the Philadelphia Flyers join an exclusive club, the Hard Way.
History made in Boston tonight. The Flyers defeat the Bruins 4-3. They are the 3rd team in NHL history to come from behind after trailing a series 3-0.
The hockey history continues. Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. NHL Morning Skate.
December 15th, Vancouver Canucks were in the playoffs. And this is when they had that big controversy going on. So they had to do something about it. And they did do something about it. Well, now they're not in the playoffs. You know what? They're not even really close anymore. This is the most absurd season falling apart. The most disappointing team this season of the 32 are the Vancouver Canucks.
NHL Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stiller. Weekdays 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
April 10th, 1982, the Miracle on Manchester, Game 3 heading into the 3rd, between the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers, who were up 5-0 over the underdog LA Kings.
Shot by Evans, he's going out! The Kings have taken the lead in the series. They came from behind to win in overtime, 6-5.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action.
Well, 2 periods in the books. Rangers took a couple of penalties. One of them burned them with a power play goal for the Islanders. And now 20 minutes to salt this one away and complete a season sweep over the New York Islanders. The Rangers, who had outscored the Islanders 14-3 in the first 3 meetings, including a 4-0 shutout win last time out on March 3rd. Won't be that here today, but still nonetheless a 5-1 margin as we head to the 3rd day.
Well, yeah, the 3rd period here, the Rangers skate right to left at UBS Arena. The penalty box is just down to our left. There's players' benches across the way. Zamboni entrance to our deep right. So again, the Islanders' playoffs hopes are dwindling and will dwindle, I think, will get extinguished if this score holds up. And So the Rangers got that going for them.
You know, I was looking too. Buffalo was beating Columbus. Columbus just came back to make that 3-2. There's a chance that the Sabres could leapfrog the Islanders in the standings before season's in.
Right. Sabres playing well down the stretch. Tage Thompson.
Yeah. He's been up.
Yeah.
The league leaders.
Right.
Just a shame that it's too little, too late.
Right.
For a team that came into the year hoping for much better fortunes.
And there should have been much better.
So this shot is saved and covered by Hogberg off the shot from Keandre Miller.
Yeah, Keandre Miller back in the lineup out in the last 2 games due to an illness. It's a puck towards the net. So the Rangers will head tomorrow to Carolina to take on the Hurricane on Friday night. And it's down to take on the Panthers on Sunday. And back home to wrap it up against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Islanders control the face-off, and they will skate it out. Islanders will finish with the Flyers, Devils, Capitals, and Blue Jackets. Capitals, who, of course, have led the Metropolitan Division pretty much wire to wire.
Right.
107 points coming in. Rangers enter with speed, shot by Brodzinski, fought off by Hogberg. Rangers keep it down the middle. Panarin on the backhand. Hogberg got a piece. The post did as well. Carson Soucy from the blue line hands it off. Panarin dekes from Pajot to the outside. Shuffles the puck to the far corner. Rangers keep it alive. Fox hands it off. Brodzinski, no look to Panarin, left circle. Didn't get all of the shot. And Brodzinski bats it up the far boards. Fox, long range shot, blocked. Loose puck. Brodzinski flashes across the middle, serves it to the back. Soucy a shot, misses glove side. And Siplikov will clear to the waiting Simon Holmstrom.
Boy, Brodzinski certainly hasn't embarrassed himself playing with Trocheck and Panarin. He's, again, the speed and quick release, pretty good offensive mind.
Zizekas across, and Shesterkin makes a save on a shot from the left circle by Fasching.
Yeah, Hudson Fasching on his off wing, right-hand shot on the left side. He gets that one time, kind of swept it off. That allowed Shesterkin just the extra second maybe to get involved. We take a look at the choice that Trocheck had off the backhand, off the crossbar.
Shot bounds away as Kreider blocks it all the way out of the zone into the Islanders' end. And he'll race to get there and gets position on Dobson. Lafreniere, Horvat, and Parson all converge in the corner. Islanders emerge with the puck. Cross-ice feed from Dobson onto the tape of Zizekas on left wing. His pass to the middle, picked off by Parson. He'll turn the corner on a 3-on-2. Drop past Kreider. Wrist shot kicked out by Hogberg. And the Islanders will take over. Up and down. They have a 3-on-2. Good stick by Miller on the stand-up, denying an entry.
A little beer hockey here on a Thursday night. Back and forth.
I don't know. The vibe of the building right now is it's almost like a preseason game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it was like at the Garden last night. It was not very good last night at the Garden. Lots of goals in the third period, but not enough for the home team. Another icing here. As be to the left of they're going to be to the right of Igor Shesterkin. Again, the offensive team has the choice of which circle to face off as a result of an icing.
McLean on the draw wins it back. Of course, his dad, a former coach here. Shot down the middle by Pelech. Off the arm of Shesterkin. To the far corner, McLean. As he tries to deal with Keandre Miller, stayed tight to him and forced the turnover. Brett Berard tried to hand it off in stride for Carrick, dribbles away to the near corner. In the Islanders zone, skating to get there, Mark Gatcomb far side. Goes across with it. Rangers take it back in the neutral zone and dump it in off a deflection. Pelech sweeps it off the near boards, and McLean tries to turn the corner, can't get there in time. Step up by Soucy, he'll crank it in. Hogberg out to meet it. To the near boards, Palmieri banks it to nobody. And the Rangers take over once again, and they swing it across, though it's time for a line change, and Brett Berard will come off to start that. Palmieri to deflect it ahead into the Rangers zone. Adam Fox is on it. Anders Lee stashes the puck behind, skirts away from Soucy. D'Angelo deep below the goal line, tried to work it out in front. It bounces away from Palmieri. The Rangers covering him defensively. As D'Angelo tracks back in the Islanders zone to get to this loose puck. JT Miller feeds Cooley. Combination this has been tonight from the Rangers top line. Miller forces a steal on Palmieri, bearing down on him in the near corner. Zibanejad for Cooley, left circle, shot blocked to the end glass. Loose puck, Cooley picks it up, fires short side, he missed the target. And it's chipped out of the zone by Horvat. JT Miller back at the red line. 11 goals, 17 assists since returning to the Rangers, and has just been such a great driver of the play. Artemi Panarin steps up through center. Panarin feeds it out wide. Trocheck to Brodzinski in the middle. Shot off the glove of Hogberg. Loose puck picked up by Pajot, and the Islanders look to reset as they clear. Siplikov serves it deep in the Rangers zone. 15-11 left on the third period clock. Rangers up 5-1. Here's Mayfield. Right circle shot. Missed the target. And Karam's off the glass. Dobson dumps it down low. Siplikov starting a cycle with Pajot, who's tracked by Schneider. Now Siplikov again, curling to the high slot. Siplikov on the drive, on the backhand, kicked out by Shesterkin. Siplikov again. Fluid skater as he tosses one into traffic. Loose puck picked up by the Rangers, couldn't clear. Down the middle, shot by Holmstrom, block. Rangers finally clear.
Yeah, this will come all the way down, and Siplikov, once again, a nice little play off the backhand in the offensive zone. The Islanders' only goal scorer on the night is the big Russian winger on the power play. So we've got a couple of Rangers kind of bent over at the hips here in an extended shift. Face off to the left of Igor Shesterkin. Shesterkin back in the goal after Jonathan Quick took the loss last night against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Rangers win the D-zone draw. Trocheck got it to the end boards, and Schneider did well to upend Lee, preventing a clean takeaway. Islanders still battle for it. Poked away by Schneider, out of the grasp of Lee. Hard rim defensively to the far boards. Brodzinski will send Trocheck on his way. Trocheck stops up far wall. His pass chopped away from Panarin. Still, the Rangers need to get some fresh bodies out there after an extended shift. Here's Anders Lee, right wing, tackled by Keandre Miller. Puck comes free. Pelech centers. He has D'Angelo off the bench. Fires. Big rebound from Shesterkin, then shot off the outside of the goal. Lee, hard rim. D'Angelo, blue line to Pelech, left side. Shot partially blocked to the near corner. Strong play by Borgen. Goes low to shield from Palmieri and win the puck. Rangers angle it out to Cooley. And tracking back to deny a clean opportunity was Pelech. A lot of stretch passes here in this third period as the Islanders move in. Engvall loses the handle on entry, and the Rangers take over. JT Miller hustling out of the zone. Feeds right wing. Zibanejad shot. Ricochets into the netting.
Yeah, ricocheted off of Miller. He's looking around at Zibanejad. He's like, what are you doing? I worked that hard to get the puck to you, and you go fired off my left foot. So we're going to take a break here. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey there, game lovers. Ready for some excitement? Chumba Casino is where it's at. It's free to play with hundreds of online social casino games and new releases every week. Play anytime, anywhere, and enjoy free daily login bonuses and a fantastic welcome offer. Whether at home or on the go, play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes with ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, Delaware, Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Stay tuned for the Final Five, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at titosvodka.com.
Yeah, excuse me. The Islanders 5 shots in the third, the Rangers with 4. All 6 goals have happened in the first 40 minutes of the hockey game. 4 of them in the first period.
Zibanejad, 3 minutes and 17 seconds in. Started the scoring for the Rangers tonight from JT Miller and Will Cooley. An absolute beauty in transition. Scramble for the puck, far boards in the Islanders zone, 2 hour left. Lifted to the blue line, couldn't be settled by Adam Fox. Here comes Hudson Fasching moving in. Big glove save by Shesterkin.
Yeah, a little bit of reaching for the puck in the neutral zone by the Ranger defenders. That allowed Igor Shesterkin to be the savior of the play. Face off to the right of the Ranger netminder. You're right. There's a quiet crowd here tonight. Home crowd taken out of the building early, right?
Doesn't feel like Rangers Islanders.
No. Well, there's really goes to show when there's not much on the line.
Yeah. Islanders win the face-off. Well, and like you said last night, even Rangers Flyers, right?
Right.
Classic rivalry, but
those rivalries just don't hold the same
glove save here by Shesterkin on Mayfield.
Same emotion anymore. And I have to think that at times, for the longest time, a season ticket holder was in that seat for 90% of the time, and there was a real vested interest. Now you get probably 10 different people in a seat, and it just. And I also said, if you want to create a rivalry, serve the beer at $2 a bottle. The rivalry will heat up in a hurry.
Yeah.
$16, $18. I don't know. A drink. I don't know how anybody can afford to cross the line. But face off to the left of Igor Shesterkin. Away we go, Alex.
As the Islanders win the draw. Pelech. Shot from the outside, knocked down, loose puck. Shesterkin a save in tight, trying to reach out and cover. Up for grabs. Rangers steer it to the far boards. And Braden Schneider will shield from McLean. Anyway, Shesterkin still battling. Gets a chant up from the Ranger fans in attendance. 38 Islander shots now as Martin shoots wide of the target from the right wing. And it's carried out by Sam Carrick. Carrick leaves it for Rempe on the backhand to Berard. Skate the stick. Score! On the backhand! Beautiful setup from Rempe to Berard, and it's 6-1.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there were 3 individual plays here that added up to the goal. It's a great play along the boards by Carrick. Carrick gets pinched off by Pulock, and it looks like the play's over. He finds Rempe coming late. And this is just a really good play. Chipped out by Berard. Carrick goes down. It looks like the play's over. He gets to Rempe. Rempe on a backhand pass. Off the skate, off the backhand. That's a terrific 3-dimensional play for the Rangers' 6th goal by the Carrick line. As it looks like we're going to see some mop-up action here as Hogberg gives up his 6th goal and the 27th Ranger shot. Tristan Lennox is, I'm glad they put the name up there, Tristan, because I would have guessed Anik Lennox. Anyway, apparently he had a pretty severe injury in 2023 and has finally made his way back and finds himself in the Islander net.
It was in the ECHL at the time, and gets a late season call-up with Sorokin.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Sorokin and Varlamov on the DL.
Sorokin, who had started the last 4 for the Islanders.
Right.
So number 6 for the Rangers chases the starting goaltender, Marcus Hogberg. But he did not get, that was not his fault. That was a heck of a setup.
Yeah. Every Ranger player is at least +1.
Wow.
Every Islander player is at least, oh no, Scott Mayfield's even. He's the only one. But tough night for Adam Pellig. He's -4.
Offside is whistled here against the Rangers. 11:44 to go, third period, 6-1 the score. The Rangers routing the Islanders. Hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face off in the neutral zone to our side of the building here. As 11:44, I would vote just to have the clock run itself out here. That would be fine. I don't think the crowd would mind terribly much. But in the meantime, away we go here.
Now the Rangers with a 6-goal outburst that it appears will snap their 3-game losing streak. And as mentioned, the stakes, as the Rangers are offside of the attacking line, will keep their slim playoff hopes alive. And again, Montreal is idle tonight. They will play at Ottawa on Friday, tomorrow night.
That game, Alex, this is back-to-back Ottawa-Toronto.
Yeah.
So that's not written in stone, but they only need a point, right? 4 games left.
Canadians have just this late season surge that they're on. They've now won 6 in a row.
Yeah, they've got Ottawa, Toronto, Chicago, Carolina, last 4.
Icing here against the Islanders. And the win that seemed to cinch it for them, it was a head-to-head against Detroit, who was trying to keep their playoff hopes alive earlier in the week. Beat them 4-1. It was a convincing effort.
Right.
And, that probably put Montreal in. Just that one win.
A lot of ex-Ranger staff involved in that Montreal story. Of course, Marty St. Louis behind the bench.
Dobson sends this all the way down, another icing. And as, we hate that the Rangers are where they're at right now. You can be happy for a guy like Marty St. Louis, who's really tried to mold that team in his image and has done a great job.
Yeah, that said, and thought that not a lot of times does a Hall of Famer make a good coach. I think there are a couple of things. So the game through the Hall of Famer's eyes looks a lot different than the rest of us. And a lot of times the patience level is not the same too, but Marty's a Hall of Fame. He built his career. He had to work hard. He was undersized at a time where players his size didn't get much. Great story.
Dobson from the outside, blocker down by Shesterkin. He sprawls out and hops on top of the puck. And we'll get another whistle here with 10:47 to go. That's shot number 39. And Shesterkin, slow getting up.
A little bit of mite hockey there. There were 7 players around Shesterkin, right? And everybody attacking the puck. And the guy that found it was the goaltender, who has a 6-1 lead in Igor Shesterkin. Both teams make a change here. 10:47 left in the third period.
Pajot wins a faceoff back against Miller. It's D'Angelo darting across. D'Angelo opens to his forehand shot, hits the post off a redirect out in front.
Number of bodies out in front.
Holmstrom walks out from the goal line for the Islanders. Turns back down the wing, now turns back up the wing, feeds it across, long-range shot. Romanov gloved by Shesterkin, no further play.
Yep, possession off the draw, possession, and a glove save by Shesterkin. Once again, I think Holmstrom's been the best Islander player here tonight. Really good with the puck. Has an assist on the power play goal.
How about this, Dave? It speaks to the Islanders sending away first-round draft picks and capital to try to, keep their contention chances alive. As the Islanders win this face-off, Romanov shot off the post again and then kicked out and frozen by Shesterkin. And D'Angelo has a few words with Rempe after the fact. Those guys will be separated. And everybody just milling about. Just to finish that on Holmstrom. Yeah. Until this summer, he was the last Islander taken in the first round of the draft in 2019. They went a good 4 years without a first-round pick.
Yeah. Again, Holmstrom looks like he's developing into a player, but, Barzell, obviously, is a homegrown product. Lee, homegrown product. Pellick. Yeah, they've done well over time. You're right. Recently, you trade away picks. You don't have a whole lot to show for it.
One-timer Romanov. That was shot number 42, I believe, for the Islanders on the night. And out of the corner, the Rangers win a board battle. Rempe feeds it across for Schneider. Schneider stops up on entry, left wing, turns, fires, blocked by Martin. Gatcomb, undrafted from the Vancouver Canucks out of the University of Connecticut. Moves up the middle, feeds it out wide. McLean, stick handle, shoots. And Shesterkin read that the whole way as it winds up behind the net. Rangers take over with 9:38 remaining. 6-1 the lead here on the island. And this has been about as one-sided the season series you'll see.
Have the Rangers had a shot on goal on Lennox yet? I'm not sure that he's.
You know what? I don't think so.
All right.
Well, doesn't look like it. Islanders take over in their own zone. Rangers chasing Marcus Hogberg. Shot in transition, misses the net, and then they score. Cizikas with the miss, and then Hudson Fasching picks up the puck, firing the puck home to make it 6-2.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch. This Urson and Mayfield had a bit of a sword fight going behind the play. So Hudson Fasching gets one here, their 43rd shot on goal. And makes it a 6-2 score here. Puck comes off the backboards and goes right onto the stick of the trailing winger. Talk about the lively boards. Boy, Shesterkin, that went off Shesterkin's arm, right?
Yeah.
He's in position, just caught the top part of his forearm. Into the net it goes, and it's a 6-2 score.
.44 Islander shots in the game as Panarin swings this up ahead for Brodzinski, chipping for Trocheck on his backhand, left wing, moving in, looking for Brodzinski on the back door, who was tied up by Pulock. Adam Fox down the far boards with Trocheck in the corner. He pokes it to the middle. Cizikas rescues the puck for the Islanders with 8.5 remaining. Pulock will start out and send it deep. And Shesterkin cuts it off behind the net. Swept up the near boards, Vakanainen. Now Panarin across for Brodzinski. Rangers in the middle of a change, so he'll just turn back and feed Vakanainen under pressure from Anders Lee. They give the goal to Pierre Engvall. That may be where the ricochet was in front. I thought it was off Shesterkin too, but Pierre Engvall was parked at the net front. Hudson Fasching will get an assist on it. Here's JT Miller. And he'll feed Vakanainen, and Rangers exit their zone. Dumped in and settled. I don't know if that'll count as a shot on goal for Lennox. Either way, Islanders begin their breakout. D'Angelo turned it over at the attacking line. Could be a breakaway here. Pass for Berard on right wing. He has Rempe with him. Berard scores his second of the night. And the Rangers are up 7-2.
Boy, what a shot, right? I mean, again, that's the only shot that Lennox has faced so far, but this is a hell of a shot. I thought he was I thought he was heading up ice looking for Rempe because Rempe's trailing, looks, and then snaps it long side. And boy, you look at Lennox's position here. He's standing upright, and this thing just gets blitzkrieg right by him. As now again, the Carrick line, I believe, was on for the second Islander goal against, so they'll get that minus back again and be plus on the night. 7-2 Rangers.
All of a sudden, for the Rangers heading into territory in terms of most goals scored in a game this season, putting up a 7 spot here on the island, tying a season high. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 7-2 back on October 22nd.
Boy, life was good then.
Well, that whole month of October, they were untouchable.
Right.
And then the wheels fell off. So Parsonen to shovel it up the middle, and Chris Kreider pass for Lafreniere. He'll rip this puck around the boards with 6:50 remaining in the Islanders to send it up ahead on a dump it. Stay tuned for the Final Five, brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at titosvodka.com. Islanders with a puck. McLean shot blocked to the far corner.
Matt Rempe a little bit guilty of overhandling the puck in the defensive zone.
On his horse, though, in the attack again. Puck dumped ahead as the Carrick line is back out there. Vakanainen bank pass. Here is Carrick. And he'll swing it across for Berard. Some Rempe chants up from the Ranger fans in the crowd. Lifted out by the Islanders, and this takes a deflection and winds up in the penalty bench. 6:07 remaining in regulation time. The Rangers with a 7-2 lead over the New York Islanders. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Western Conference playoff positioning on the line as the Grizzlies host the Timberwolves on Sirius XM NBA Radio. Live coverage is on now, followed by recap and analysis of all the night's action in the association. It's on Sirius XM Channel 86 and on the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments.
Game 8 of Super Series 76 coming to you from the Spectrum.
January 11th, 1976, the Philadelphia Flyers play host to the team known as the Red Army team of the Soviet Union.
They are leaving the ice. They're going to go. They're going home. Come out, and in about 40 seconds worth of hockey time, the Flyers have scored.
And the Broad Street Bullies would never look back after that one, winning 4-1 to become the only NHL team in the 4-game series to beat the Red Army.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
October 15th, 1989, the Great One passes his childhood idol, Mr. Hockey, for most points scored.
Gretzky has 1,850 points.
To Taylor to Gretzky, he scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, has become the greatest of them all!
Ladies and gentlemen, Gordie Howe.
A super young man, a great hockey player who shares in everything he does, and congratulations.
The hockey history continues on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
6:07 to go. Rangers up 7-2 on the Islanders. Alex Faust and the captain Dave Maloney here at UBS Arena on Long Island. Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York is brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Igor Shesterkin has stopped 42 of 44 shots here tonight. Again, a lot of those shots generated after the Rangers were up 4-0. After 20 minutes, the middle period, the Islanders were credited with 20 shots on goal. Face off to the right of Islander netminder, and back out for another shift once again.
Whoa, Berard didn't miss by much. Face-off was won cleanly to him. Tried to go stick side to get the hat trick. Collision in the near corner. And Carrick in the defensive zone for the Rangers will handle the puck. Cross-ice outlet intended for Berard. Hit an Islanders stick first. Rangers have only one hat trick this year. Artemi Panarin responsible for it. And the Islanders back in their own zone.
Pretty tired Igor chant, too.
Yes.
Right.
5.5 to go. Engvall checked by Trocheck in open ice, separating from the puck. And the Rangers will toss this one in. Panarin had a hat trick very early this year, coming in October against Detroit. Shot by Borgen, knocked down in front. Loose puck. Brodzinski to pick it up. Walks up the near wall. Feeds it across. Borgen double clutch. Slings it around the boards. And it reaches Panarin along the half wall. Now Brodzinski, blue line. Looking for Trocheck out in front. Stop. Rebound. Saved. Wow, Lennox stretching out and barely kept it out.
Well, Trocheck once again with that forehand, backhand kind of thing that he scored on the power play, but give Lennox credit. He stayed right with the nifty move by Igor, Vincent Trocheck. So we're going to take a break here with 4:53 left in regulation. New York Rangers hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Ranger fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel have the highest level of charter bus service in New York City, and they've been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Rangers hockey. This is 1050 ESPN, WEPN, New York.
Alex Faust, Dave Maloney here with you. UBS Arena on Long Island, and a rout for the Rangers over the New York Islanders. 7-2 inside of 5 minutes to go. Final Five brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. For recipes and more, visit them at titosvodka.com. Big night all around for several Rangers as Bo Horvat comes in. Rising shot on Shesterkin. That's save number 43 for Igor. 3 shy of a career high. Islanders still with it. Palmieri turns and fires, hits the crossbar right back out to the middle. Islanders keep the puck. Pelech bodied up by Parssinen, and the Rangers send it out. 2-on-1, Lafreniere and Kreider. Lafreniere dangling, shooting, score! Wow. He goes upstairs on Lennox and has the 8th goal of the night for the Rangers.
Well, again, the Islanders, they get opportunities and then fuss fumble with the puck, and it ends up being a 2-on-1 with Lafreniere. And if this isn't Lafreniere's skill on display, and this puck goes off the goalpost from the stick of Palmieri, and the Rangers head up ice as, watch this move, we're going to take a move here, whoops, around Pollock. Oh man, does he make Pollock look bad. Down goes Pollock, and then upstairs goes Lafreniere, and the Rangers lead 8-2.
And whatever remaining Islander fans that are here, boy, a handful of them just went to the exits with that one. Rangers just absolutely dominant. And on the season series, I keep going back to this because it's just so one-sided. It's now 22-5. Rangers goal differential over the Islanders head-to-head. Finally, it sounds like there's dueling chants between the fans. I haven't heard much of that tonight.
Yeah. Don't hear much response, though. I hear "Let's go Rangers."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, a few boos now coming down.
Tell you what, though. This is one heck of a performance that just haven't been enough of for this Rangers team.
Well, again, you talk about the goaltending, though, of the Islanders, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty deep.
Centering pass off the post from Gatcomb and punched out by the Rangers.
Well, they've hit a lot of goalposts in this third period here, haven't they?
Yeah, that's at least 3.
Right.
To go along with those posts don't count. 43 saves from Shesterkin as Carrick carries the puck in, swiped away from D'Angelo. Brett Berard sitting on 2 goals, tried to bat the puck towards the net front. Dumped in by the Islanders. And walking out from the corner, Adam Fox able to take it away. Sam Carrick to dump it in.
Adam Pellick, -5.
Oof. 2 goals for Berard, 2 assists for JT Miller, 2 assists for Adam Fox, a pair for Sam Carrick, golden assist for Zibanejad, Trocheck, Lafreniere, and Panarin. And an 8-2 score with under 2 minutes to play as Hudson Fasching twists and turns behind the Ranger net. Pierre Engvall muscled off the puck by Schneider. Vakanainen unable to chip it up the near boards, and finally the Rangers can start out with Panarin shooting it in. Set play, Brodzinski off the backboards as the Islanders will take the puck away from him. Reminder, the Final Five brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's original craft vodka. Visit them at titosvodka.com for recipes and more. Panarin pursuing on the forecheck. He hasn't stopped churning the legs with 1:20 to go in a 6-goal game. Battle on the backboards. Parsonen is on it. Flipped towards the front and banked off the goaltender and in from below the goal line. And Ranger fans, the many of them right behind the Islander net, absolutely jubilant as they get to continue stomping on their rivals.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Artemi Panarin, as he kind of waves a finger, almost in apology as he heads to the bench. So actually Parsonen comes in and forces the turnover, and Panarin digs this puck out. That puck stayed on the boards for a while. Oh my goodness. Oh golly.
Also, I didn't realize this, Dave. They put Hogberg back in after the last one.
Oh man, oh man.
So that's off Hogberg. Yikes.
Yikes.
9. Talk about a football score.
Yeah. As the Rangers, I think, are going to be content. They'll leave this one alone here.
Yep. As they'll just move the puck along the perimeter and let time wind down here.
Rangers going to score number 10, Artemi Panarin.
Well, in a second half, at least post 4 Nations, that has had few things to smile about. This will be one of them for the Rangers. A stomping 9-2 drubbing over the rival Islanders here at UBS. D'Angelo's shot kicked out by Shesterkin. That's save number 44, which will be 2 shy of a career high in a 9-2 blowout victory here at UBS Arena with time ticking off the clock.
Yeah, as the Rangers head down to congratulate a busy 40 minutes of work for Igor Shesterkin. Now, that's the thing is, people will look at the box score and say, well, what in the world? Well, I'm telling you, up 4-0 after 1 at this time of the season, and you're down, 3, 4, 5 deep in your goaltending rotation. You're going to be in trouble, and that's exactly what happened to the Islanders here tonight. So the Rangers give up 8 last night and score 9 tonight. And yes, indeed, it is the National Hockey League.
It still is.
Yeah, right.
It may not have felt like it the last couple days, but hey, at least for one more day, Rangers are still alive, so they keep their playoff hopes
And the Islanders
going.
are done,
And
right?
the Islanders are done, but for, I think, some weird, wacky tiebreaker that would be virtually impossible. But, yeah, on points, they are done. But, Dave, this Rangers team, at least for one more day, they keep their season alive.
Well, as we talked during the last break, Alex and I kicked off this season in Pittsburgh, and both kind of acknowledged that, wow, I can't believe this is down to the end of it. So, and I know you're going to be doing work in TNT, so keep up the good work.
I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Dave.
Yeah.
And best of luck to you, Donnie, Kenny, the rest of the way here. And we'll hear from Donnie in the post-game show in just a couple of moments. Rangers beat the Islanders 9-2 here at UBS. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Feel the excitement of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. Europe's best clubs.
What a start for Inter! And Barca are level! Brilliant Arsenal goal!
The world's brightest stars.
Mbappe! Kane! Rafinha!
All chasing club soccer's ultimate prize.
A new page in their glorious history!
The Champions League knockout stage, where legends are made. On Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app.
Historic hockey moments.
Mr. Hockey's final NHL goal, April 9th, 1980, the Hartford Whalers at the Montreal Canadiens.
Howe over the line to his father, son to father, back into, they score! Number 9, Father Howe. And they're going to give him a standing ovation here in the Montreal Forum. A tremendous tribute to one of the most amazing athletes in any sport.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Historic hockey moments.
The longest Game 7 in Stanley Cup playoff history, the New York Islanders versus the Washington Capitals at the Capitol Center, Saturday, April 18th, through to Sunday, April 19th, 1987, the game known as the Easter Epic.
6 other times when a game has gone into quadruple overtime, shots on goal are 74-52.
He scores! LaFontaine at the blue line here in the 4th overtime, winning the series.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Beat them by a combined score of 23-5. Just an absolute destruction tonight as we go over the Rangers postgame summary brought to you by Citgo. The Rangers certainly stumbled into this game after losing 8-5 last night to the Philadelphia Flyers, but everything came together. The Rangers scored 4 unanswered goals to start the game in the first period. 2 points for Zibanejad, Cooley, and Fox, and Trocheck, and Panarin during that first period. One of the best periods the Rangers had all year long. Parsonen adds a goal in the second to make it 5-0 before the Islanders were ever heard from. They scored a power play goal from Siplikov late in the second period to make it 5-1. And the Rangers continue to add to their lead. Brett Berard got a couple of goals in this one. Panarin ended up finishing with 2 as the Rangers just would not let up in this one as they scored 9 goals on 32 shots. Islanders came strong. They had 47 shots on goal in the game, but Igor Shesterkin had a nice bounce back after giving up some losses and a lot of goals on few shots, although a lot of high-quality shots the Rangers were giving up in the recent defeats for the New York Rangers. But he made some big-time saves, including 37 shots that he faced in the final 2 periods of the game. But this one never really was in doubt. From the second Zibanejad scored 3:17 in until the final goal by Panarin with just 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. Just all Rangers, a 9-2 win. So the Rangers still mathematically alive as they pick up the win, draw within 6 of the Montreal Canadiens. But again, it's going to take a lot of heavy lifting. The Rangers obviously would have to win their last 3 games. They could be eliminated tomorrow. The Montreal Canadiens play in Ottawa against the Senators, so all the Canadiens have to do is earn a point in any of their final 4 games to clinch a playoff berth. But if the Rangers were to catch a break and Ottawa were to win that game in regulation, the Rangers would at least go into Carolina on Saturday afternoon, still mathematically alive. And I don't think there's any one game that's going to make Ranger fans feel good about this season, but at least for a moment, for a day, beating up on your rival always feels good as the Rangers cruise to the 9-2 victory with a ton of stars in this one. That's the Rangers postgame summary brought to you by Citgo. Ranger fans, Citgo's top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. When we come back here in the postgame show, we'll go over the highlights, go inside the room, hear from Peter Laviolette, give you the out-of-town scoreboard to preview the Rangers' next game coming up Saturday afternoon in Carolina. against the Hurricanes. Rangers, a 9-2 victory at UBS over the Islanders. You're listening to Rangers Hockey on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Western Conference playoff positioning on the line as the Grizzlies host the Timberwolves on Sirius XM NBA Radio. Live coverage is on now, followed by recap and analysis of all the night's action in the association. It's on Sirius XM Channel 86 and on the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here. Historic hockey moments on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Mario Lemieux scores 5 goals 5 different ways on December 31st, 1988.
Mario Lemieux, the perfect trick. 3 in the first period. That's it. 4 goals from Mario Lemieux. A penalty shot. Got it to him. 2 seconds. He shoots. He scores. And look out.
Never miss a moment on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, a 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
See dealer for financing details.
Attention Rangers fans, let's talk winning off the ice. Thrivewell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge infusion therapies for